A trip to the semifinals is on the line tonight. Welcome into Jasper, Tennessee, this side of this Class 2A quarterfinal round matchup between the visiting Gordonsville Tigers and the hosting Marion County Warriors. I'm Noah McKay on the call here on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network. It is the high school football playoff game of the week presented by Mayberry's Furniture, and we welcome you into the Livingston Regional Hospital pregame show, and we've got a fun broadcast crew tonight. I'm Noah, joined by Justin Matheny, and for the first time, Coach Adam Kane of the Upperman Bees joining us tonight. We welcome him in. You'll hear a lot from him throughout the broadcast, and the lovely Madison McKay producing things for us. Goose on the sidelines. The Goose is loose for the last time for a couple of months. Baby Goose coming soon. Coverage coming to the website later on tonight. And guys, as we get into the teeth of this matchup, a very fun quarterfinal round in Class 2A, which is as wide open as any classification in this state. One combined loss between these two teams. Marion County, the defending Class 2A state champions, 11-1 on the season. A lot of tradition here in Jasper. The 5-time state champs, but they've got an undefeated opponent in their way in the form of the Gordonsville Tigers at 12-0, unblemished, trying to get back to where they've historically been, looking for their first state championship since 2012. A very fun matchup tonight, Justin. Power versus speed always makes for fireworks. It is, and no, on the way down here, you asked me who was the underdog in this one with Gordonsville being 12-0 and Marion County being 11-1. I said, hey, man, to be the champ, you got to beat the champ, and that's what Gordonsville is going to come down here and try to do. It's not going to be an easy matchup. You said it. Marion's probably got the speed advantage out here, and Gordonsville going to try to line up and mash and, do their run game. So it's going to be a really interesting matchup of opposing wills tonight. Let's bring in a third member of our broadcast team, Coach Kane. Coach, you've coached in a ton of postseason matchups in your career. Walk me through the mentality now as it becomes a bona fide run into the quarterfinal round.
Yeah, well, the first thing you look at with the visiting team is, how were they able to manage the travel? Not exactly how, what was it, about an hour and a half, 2 hours for them. Looked like they were here when we got here about 5 o'clock, so probably normal for them. But again, they've been on a bus and they look like they're moving around pretty good. And then the home team, how comfortable are they? Can they get off to a quick start? And, at this time of the season, there's a lot of emotions. The quarterfinal round is kind of when you can kind of see that dream trying to starting to materialize. I'm 48 minutes away from the semis. So there's going to be a lot of emotions and a lot of swings and momentum. And as usual, these teams look, I was on the field speaking with both the head coaches. They look very equally matched. I do understand that Marion's got a little bit of a speed advantage and maybe Gordonsville a little size advantage, but they look very similar on the hoof, and I expect a really good ball game tonight.
Should be a really fun ball game tonight indeed. This is the Livingston Regional Hospital pregame show. Let's get into the macro view of the matchup, Justin. As we look at it, Marion County mentioned they are the defending 2A state champs. They beat Milan 17-7 last year in Chattanooga. They've largely dominated their way through this season. Just a couple of hiccups, quite frankly, for the Warriors. Offensively scoring 30-plus 8 times, but it's all about the defense with this Marion County squad. The defense has allowed 3 or less points 7 times, including 5 shutouts, including last week's round 2, 35-0 victory over South Green. All the speed, which is evident, we'll talk about it, but this defense has been stifling for the Warriors and presents a big challenge for the Tigers and their ground attack on the road tonight.
Yeah, it's something I should probably defer to Coach Kane to talk about the defense tonight, but that's where they're going to hang their hat. And for them to come out successful tonight on the road, they've really got to play good defense. They've really got to contain some of this explosiveness out there on the outside for them. If they don't, you're going to look at them trying to get in a track meet with a team that they're going to have trouble keeping up with.
And you look at the other side for the Gordonsville Tigers, very balanced throughout this season. They've dominated their way to a 12-0 record. Their defense also stifling, allowing just 9.7 points per game this season. For them, though, they're 0-5 in their last 5 quarterfinal matchups, dating back to that state championship run in 2012. We talked about the defensive stats for Marion County. For Gordonsville, they've allowed 7 or fewer points 7 different times this season, more than 20 points just once. That came against a very explosive Cannon County Lions offense. for the Tigers are 6-14 all time in this round, but it has been the balance. It was the defense early, a 21-18 win in 3 quarters over Coalfield, 17-6 over Watertown. Then the offense with a young offensive line roared to life. 42, 27, 42, 48, 41, 39, 42, 29, 35, 21 last week. We'll talk about that last week game coming up. But for the Tigers, it's been all about the balance. The defense holding teams down and this offense running over and through teams.
Well, and I'm going to toss this one to Coach Kane a little bit because it's something that me and you have heard him say a lot is an edge that maybe Marion County has in this one a little bit is you try to get back to the state with that team. And we've heard you say that a couple of times, and that's what Marion's doing. They've been in this round more frequently than Gordonsville has. How much of an advantage is that for them tonight on their home field?
You know, I don't want to make anybody mad here on the Gordonsville side, but I think it's huge. You know, I think that playoff experience, again, I'm going to go back to the emotions, the swings of momentum. You know, the game can flip on a fumbled ball or bobbled ball, and the ability to manage those emotions is huge in a game like that. And I think the experienced team has the advantage. Now, if Gordonsville, you know, if they're seniors or the true leaders of the football team, I think, you know, each year can kind of bring about its own little story. And so it's going to be a night for the seniors to step up and kind of lead their way. One thing I do want to comment on is the statistics that you just mentioned. If there's any, you know, a lot of times those numbers can be a little bit misleading, but if there's anything that I would look at, you know, especially as we move further in the playoffs, are those defensive statistics. How many points are you giving up? Because, you know, some of that can be skewed by if it's a blowout and your second or third team comes in and gives up a score. But when you're consistently holding teams to below 5 points or whatever, I still believe that's what wins, especially this time of year.
Speaking of seniors, let's get the elephant in the room out of the way. Jay Foster got popped last week against Oneida. Left the game, came back briefly, then did not return. Maybe the best athlete in the school, one of the best athletes in the entire Upper Cumberland, the senior quarterback, is expected to go tonight for Coach Steven Jackson. They got a lot of faith in Mason Cross. He's played a ton of football the past few years, but having Jay Foster, number 3, out there is critical this year for the Tigers, and tonight specifically, Justin.
Coach Kane just talked about the seniors, and he's that guy. He's been that guy for the past 4 years for them, and they're going to go as he goes with 1,230 yards passing through the air, 11 touchdowns, 3 picks with a long 81. Only 30 rushing attempts for 132 yards, but 3 touchdowns. If Gordonsville wants to have a good night, it's all going to start with him. And they got to keep an eye on him and make sure, because you said it, he got crunched last week. And just make sure, it'll be interesting to see the first time he gets hit tonight, how he responds to that one.
And Coach, you've had your fair share of dominant quarterbacks, obviously one right now. Jay Foster, a guy who's played 4 years of high school football, despite the lack of quarterfinal experience largely for this team, just one appearance for this group of kids. Coach Jackson's going to have confidence tonight because he has his senior quarterback going.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was just down on the field, like I said, and watching the ball come out of his hands. It's very impressive. He looks calm and cool out there. The big thing for him is how much does it mean for his O-line? Are they going to, you know, does it mean enough to you to put your foot in the ground one more time and continue that block? If it does, they're going to give him a chance to be successful tonight.
And on the other side, Zayden Humphrey, the junior quarterback, great baseball player as well. He has that breakaway speed we talked about. 2 teams that run the ball in different ways, Justin, but when he gets into open space, he's gone. Big point of emphasis for Marion County. Get it to him. Mason Mays, Ashton Martin, Tim Starkey in space and let them roll. They've got the advantage on the outside. They feel like for Gordonsville, it's get them down at that first line of the defense.
Yeah, and, you know, we saw it last week in Baxter where the quarterback was just so efficient getting the ball out of his hands to where it needed to go and letting those guys make plays. I think that's something we'll see tonight. They're going to – some of this short pass game's an extension of the run game. We talk about that all the time. And just get it to your guys in space and let them do something with it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to try not to pout over that last comment.
I was wondering,
but-
Justin just threw a barb out there
Yeah.
about that one.
That
My
Well,
wasn't
he's
goodness.
here. If he wasn't here,
My goodness.
That wasn't even a stray. That was a direct shot. But, again, I can't say enough. This time of year, there's 8 teams still playing in your division, and it's just kind of it can swing on anything, and anybody on either side that can make a game a little bit easier, because it's going to be a grind. I don't care how many points that they've been scoring throughout the year. It's for sure going to start off as a grind as they feel each other out a little bit. They don't know each other that well. If either side can get that easy score, that quick, over the top score, or running back breaks a tackle or two and goes the distance, that can create some separation in the ball game.
This is the Livingston Regional Hospital pregame show. 17 minutes away from kickoff here on what has turned into a perfect night. Does not feel like mid-November outside tonight in Jasper. When we come back, we'll have the keys to the game and get things rolling. It's the Tigers against the Warriors for a trip to the semifinals, and you're watching it right here on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Mayberry's Furniture has been family-owned and operated since 1946 and is now serving the Upper Cumberland with locations in both Crossville and Cookville, offering the largest array of solid wood furniture and mattresses in the area. They also provide a best price guarantee and in-house service and delivery. Stop into their 15,000 square foot showroom at 1020 South Willow Avenue in Cookville to see their selection of Amish solid wood, flex steel, Tempur-Pedic, Sealy Posturepedic, and much more today. Mayberry's Furniture is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the high school football game of the week on the UCR Media Network. Tee Up is the Upper Cumberland's best indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art golf simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. Want to know where you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. They also have plenty of other games to enjoy time with friends. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Modern Roofing Group is an Owens Corning preferred contractor, and they're proud to bring that reputation and recognition to the Upper Cumberland. Their customer service and craftsmanship are second to none. Get comfort that your roof will stand up to the storms by calling 931-400-8788 and get an estimate on a new roof today. That's 931-400-8788. 100% financing is available. Modern Roofing Group is proud to stand behind their work with a 10-year workmanship guarantee. Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate quality care for all patients from local people you can trust, so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
At the Quality Family, we believe care isn't just a service, it's a promise.
Whether you're bouncing back from surgery, navigating a serious illness, or need essential equipment to stay independent,
we provide skilled home health, compassionate hospice, and reliable DME services right where you need them most. At home.
Covering communities in Kentucky and Tennessee, we're in your corner.
The Quality Family. Trusted care, right where life happens.
Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookville Highway and get your vehicle serviced by their highly trained professionals. Right now, you can save money on oil changes, regular maintenance, and battery installation. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this 3-bed, 2-bathroom home in the desirable Poplar Point subdivision in Rickman. This home sits on just under an acre with a 2-car garage and over 1,500 square feet of living space. It's the perfect blend of comfort and convenience. For more information, visit chadandamycrouch.com or call 931-979-1191. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Legacy House is right here in the heart of Smithville. It's more than a boutique, it's a family story woven into every thread. I'm Amy Allen, and I started this place with my 3 beautiful daughters. We offer timeless pieces that feel both classic and bold. From rich textured clothing to one-of-a-kind accessories. This shop has a perfect mix of heritage with a modern edge. So come on down. You'll find more than just fashion. You'll find a place where legacy and style meet.
Located at 104 West Walnut Street in Smithville, stop by and see their selection Tuesday through Saturday. Legacy House is proud to be an all-inclusive sponsor of UCR.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They are also proud to sponsor Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing's Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Be sure to stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate is hosting an exciting open house on November 23rd from 2 to 4 p.m. in the sought-after Brookstone subdivision. Maplewood Construction's newest home features a fireplace in the living space and bathrooms with all 3 bedrooms. This home also has a 2-car garage and a spacious backyard for entertaining. You can view this home at Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate's open house on November 23rd from 2 to 4. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Are you looking for the best dining experience in the Upper Cumberland? Visit Fire and Vine in Cookville's historic West Side. Fire and Vine offers great service and a unique menu, including mouth-watering deep dish pizza, delectable beef, chicken, fish, and more. Take in stunning views from the rooftop while enjoying your meal. Come and experience the charm and flavor of Fire and Vine, your new favorite spot for a memorable dining experience. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Looking for weekend lunch and dinner plans? Since 1971, Nick's Restaurant has been locally owned and operated. From mouth-watering prime rib to delectable ice cream pie, Nick's has it all. Their cozy atmosphere and great service will make you feel right at home. Plus, their banquet space is perfect for any event. Visit them at 895 South Jefferson Avenue or online at nickscookville.com. Nick's Restaurant is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR.
Let the bidding begin. It's time for the show, and you know it's gonna go high. There's a buzz in the air, and people come from everywhere to hear the auctioneer cry. The sound of the gavel never gets old when you hear DJ say so. Live or online, we handle auctions of any kind.
Call Amanette's Eagle Auction at 526-5335, where we soar higher.
Turf Masters Landscape Management has been serving the Upper Cumberland since 1996. They offer a variety of services, including lawn maintenance, landscape design and installation, landscape lighting, irrigation systems, and more. For more information, contact Matt Wilson at 931-261-1587 today. Turf Masters Landscape Management is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media. The Real Estate Collective is a team of experienced, licensed real estate agents serving the entire Upper Cumberland region. Whether you are looking to buy or sell, the RICO team is ready to serve you. With a focus on people over profits, you can rest assured the Real Estate Collective can help make your real estate dreams a reality. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future. It's what we do.
This is Mark Randolph with Nelson Trophy Screen Printing, and you're watching the high school football game of the week on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. This is the Livingston Regional Hospital pregame show, and we're moments away from kickoff in Jasper. It's the high school football playoff game of the week between Gordonsville and Marion County, live on the main UCR Facebook page, YouTube channel, and the NFHS network. Tonight we welcome you in here in the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing broadcast booth. I'm Noah McKay. That's Justin Matheny, joined by head coach Adam Kane, the lovely Madison McKay producing things for us here tonight. 2 games across the network. Very interesting girls matchup going on right now. The GOAT, Craig Cantrell, on the call from Cookeville as the Lady Cavaliers welcome in the team that eliminated them in the Final Four a year ago, Bartlett. And it's Cookeville with an 11-4 lead on the Turner Roofing scoreboard in the first quarter. We'll see Bartlett tomorrow as we have complete coverage of the play day at Smith County. It's a great Hall of Fame day. We have 7 total broadcast games from Carthage tomorrow. Jacob will have the first couple. I'll be on the call for Tech UT Martin, and then the 2 of us together will have the final few, starting at 12, running all the way until about 9:30 tomorrow night from Smith County.
You're a psychopath.
Somebody's got to do it, man. It's not going to be you, but it's going to be me.
It ain't me, that's for sure.
As we inch closer and closer to kickoff, guys, very interesting matchup. First, let's get to a couple of scoreboard updates on the Turner Roofing scoreboard. Then we'll get to the keys to the game.
So we've got Meigs County up 14-7 on the road at Gatlinburg-Pittman. Greenville, someone Coach Kane seen this year, up 7-0 over Anderson County. Lincoln County just scored a touchdown to make it 17-14 there against the defending state champs, Sevier County. Knox Hall's just now taking a 14-0 lead over Knox Central. They've got a borderline 4 or 5-star kid at the safety position who's going to be an absolute freak. Since I got accused of throwing a spear at Coach Kane a minute ago, I'm going to say Red Bank is losing 21-0 to somebody else. Coalfield
Alcoa's up 21-0 on Red Bank. There you
early
go.
In the second quarter. Coalfield at halftime up 34-rip over Sell Creek. And Tyner Academy up 14-7 over Giles County.
That's a fun game, Tyner and Giles County. We'll keep you updated, really, on all the games tonight because it's the quarterfinals, so we're able to get through the scoreboard a little bit easier.
I know we usually exclude these and tell them thank you for the money, but big game around here. Baylor, again, not to take another shot here, but giving it to Coach Kane's alma mater, 21-7 at the moment, just down the road in Chattanooga.
You can't say not to give it another shot when really we're the only ones in the booth who know that he went to McCallie. You just added that one in there just for good measure. But we'll keep you updated on the Turner Roofing scoreboard.
Yeah, as long as y'all keep the Vandy comments to a minimum.
Oh, those will get fired up as we move. You can hear the atmosphere's ready to go. Those godforsaken train horns are here tonight. Gearing up for kickoff here. Very interesting matchup. Justin, let's get the keys to the game for both teams.
You know, I think you could probably copy and paste these.
You'll say them tomorrow.
I'll say the same things tomorrow. You could say it at every game here. Both teams got to limit the big plays from the other offense. Marion County got a lot of speed, really explosive. Gordonsville, they are going to line up in a bunch of different formations and run the ball a bunch of different ways to try to confuse that Marion County defense. Blocking up front is huge for both sets of offensive lines here. Who's getting that push? Which one is getting the movement one way to another? That'll be key to the game here. And then quarterback play on both sides. Both quarterbacks are playing well. Whoever's playing the best at the quarterback position tonight might have the upper hand when this was all said and done.
It is a rowdy atmosphere tonight in Jasper. It's gotten chippy on social media between these two teams who are not natural rivals, but when you're playing in the middle of November, you're rivals for the night, as Marion County has taken the field and the Tigers about to do the same on the other side. It is a perfect night for high school football in the state of Tennessee. It is not raining. We thought it would be. It rained a little last night, but the field is in great shape. 65 degrees, overcast skies, maybe a shower or two late in the ball game. but you can't ask for much better than this here in late November with a trip to the semifinals on the line. The winner of tonight's game gets the winner of Bledsoe County and Eagleton Academy next week. If Marion County and Bledsoe County win, that game would be here in Jasper. Any other result of teams, and it would be Eagleton Academy or Bledsoe County hosting next week. You can hear it. There's a lot of juice. There was some juice in the press box before this game started, Justin. Gordonsville, it's been the sleeping giant in the Upper Cumberland, one of the most historic programs year in and year out. It's been since 2012 since they made the semifinals. Marion County, they're back where they feel like they belong. Won 5 championships in the middle of the 90s, a few runner-up finishes in the 2010s. The reigning state champs trying to show that they have a stranglehold again on this classification.
Yeah, it goes back to the question I asked Coach Kane earlier. It's just that experience of being here, being in this round, and going further. How big a difference is that? You like to think it last year's game and seasons has no bearing on this, but there is something to be said for making it just a little deeper and being in this round before. And look, if you win, Coach Kane can talk about this. Next week playing on Thanksgiving week, that's a weird week. That's a hard week to get ready for. There's just so much that goes into that thing.
Yeah, it's a lot like if you're an older brother fighting your younger brother. You expect to win, and you're going to do, if he pushes you really hard you're still going to do whatever it takes to win. And so that experience sometimes a lot of times can help. I think one thing that we haven't talked about, especially when there is maybe a speed disparity between two teams, the special teams game can play a huge role. It's a lot more wide open, and sometimes those guys that can really roll can get out in the open field and make you pay in the special teams game.
Marion County won the toss. They deferred their selection to the second half, so the Tigers from Gordonsville will open up the football game with the ball as they're ready to take the field. They waited on their captains to get back before bursting through their banners. Shouldn't be a surprise. The Jungles come on the road. The visitor grandstands, which are quite a few visitor grandstands, mostly full of blue and white. Of course, the home side full of purple shirts tonight. Don't even need many jackets out this evening. Marion County is fired up. They're ready to go. They're already taking the field with their kickoff unit. And here come the Tigers on the other side tonight here in Jasper. It is the high school football playoff game of the week. Our presenting sponsor of the game of the week, as always, is Mayberry's Furniture, with locations in Crossville and Cookville to serve you. A short drive up from Gordonsville, and it's worth the drive if you're here locally in the Jasper area as well, just about an hour and a half up the road. A 15,000 square foot showroom in Cookville. In-store installation. They'll take care of you there. Tell them that we sent you. The special teams game, you just heard Coach Kane talk about it, going to be very important tonight. I am Noel McKay. That's Justin McDaney, joined by Adam Kane. The lovely Madison McKay producing things for us. Michael Goose Lindsay on the sidelines tonight with feature coverage coming to UpperCumberlandReporter.com. Marion County in their home black jerseys and pants, purple numbers and letters outlined in white trim. The white helmets with the purple lettered Marion across the side. Gordonsville, their road, white uniforms, white pants, blue numbers and letters with the blue helmets and that Gordonsville G on the side. 4 quarters to decide who advances on to the Final Four in Class 2A. We sure are glad to be with you here tonight. Let's get it on in Jasper. Kickoff away, going to be bounces past the return man, trickles towards the end zone. It'll be picked up, and here's trouble for the Tigers early on. A mistake leads to a big stop on the kickoff unit for Marion County, and they have a ton of energy. It'll be 1st and 10 for Jay Foster and company on their own 11-yard line.
And, Coach, you just said it. The special teams coming up huge, and on the absolute first play of the game, they don't get under and catch it, and they're going to start way backed up in their own end.
My heart just sank watching that ball roll down there. I felt like I was coaching on that sideline there.
Under center will go Gordonsville. They mix it up. They'll go offset I, standard I formation, Maryland I. They'll go into some wing stuff right now under center on 1st and 10. Foster turns and hands off up the middle, bouncing off of a tackler before being taken down after a gain of about 3 yards. You'll see both Turner Butcher and Lee Skurlock tonight as it'll be a gain of 4, make it 2nd down and 6. Madison having to do a lot tonight. We want to shout out a couple of our members of our crew. Coach Dodgen feeling a little under the weather tonight. He'll be back out. Hallie, she had a couple of obligations she had to attend to at MTSU tonight. They'll be back with us, of course, moving forward, but won't have them here tonight. Madison's running the scoreboard as well as Gordonsville shifts the formation, and under center goes Jay Foster. And now we'll have a whistle and a stoppage, and a flag comes in, and they're going to get a procedural penalty on somebody. The question is who. Gordonsville's backing up, leads me to believe it's against the Tigers. And now they'll wave it off. I got no clue. 2nd and 6 upcoming here for Gordonsville.
Coach there on that play, though, shift motion, really trying to get Marion County confused pre-snap.
Yeah, and it looked like they were a little bit. A lot of looking around and looking to the sideline, and so I'm sure we'll see a lot more of that.
Foster breaks huddle here, and again, they're going to change everything up. This is Tiger football. They'll send 3 receivers out wide to the left, a couple bunched into the right. Foster takes the snap. He's going to roll to the left. He fires it into the flat. Receiver makes the catch at the 10, bounces up to the 15, to the 20. Before being slung down, it's Camrick Stott, the sophomore. Nice pitch and catch. It's a Gary Maxwell Insurance. 1st down on a gain of 10 for the Tigers.
And, Coach, football's so different than what it used to be. That's essentially a run play. It's an RPO here. Quarterback's looking to make somebody wrong. He throws the bubble. They get an explosive here to start the game.
Yeah, and I wish we'd have done that a couple more times last week. It's just becoming what the game's about. And you know, as long as you don't hold on the perimeter, you're in good shape.
Booker in the backfield with Foster, who now shifts again and goes under center. Snap taking, going to hand to Booker. Booker hits his own man and bounces out to the left side. Pardon me, they go to the outside back that time. The misdirection's tough on the broadcaster as well. We'll get it right. That's Hayden Holloway on the carry.
And Noah just said it, misdirection there. They're just trying to get Marion County to be bad with their eyes, not just pre-snap, but post-snap right there with backs kind of going across where the pullers were coming from.
And for the Tigers, they have about 6 guys who can carry the rock on any given play. They can also go out and catch as well, and they keep 2 of them in the backfield at a time right now as Foster on 2nd and 8 motions a man across, takes the snap, going to give up the middle. Not a lot of room to operate as the Warriors defense stands tall for the first time tonight. No gain on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 8 here for Gordonsville.
Old school belly play right there. That's probably something Coach Kane was used to running back in the day.
Yeah, I recognize that play. You know, one thing that sticks out so far is it early on in the play, it looks like there's a decent hole. The speed of Marion is running the ball down pretty quickly right now.
3rd and 7. Skurlock on the carry that time, and now joining the backfield, another new back with flat-out speed. Jamario Williams, a track star in the backfield here as Foster motions a man across. They're going to give to Williams up the middle on 3rd and long, and he is blasted. Taken down by a host of Warriors. Nothing doing there, and Gordonsville will be forced to punt it away. Nearly everybody shot through the line that time. David Blevins, a sophomore, first one there, and Gordonsville will send the punting unit out.
At minimum, though, on that drive, Gordonsville started backed up, not fielding the kick. They punched it out a little bit, able to at least get it to normal field position, maybe have Marion County start on the opposite side of the 50.
TJ Starkey on one side back deep to receive. Mason Mays on the other. These dangerous returners for Marion County. Right-footed punt is away. This is a floater angling towards the sideline, and that is trying to keep it away from those dangerous returners. The official still walking, and he'll stop on the Marion County 48-yard line. Good field position here for the Warriors, but we have dirty laundry on the other side of the field. And we'll wait and see. It was 4th down and 7, so anything against the defense or return team wouldn't lead to a 1st down. Marion County could like to make them re-kick here if it's against the Tigers. And we wait on the white hat official, and he's asking the sideline, I believe, here. And it will be against Gordonsville. And they're going to take it at the end of the play with good field position. 8:42 to go in the first quarter, still tied up at 0.
Yeah, and Coach Kane said it. It looked like initially they were creating some holes, and that speed of that Marion County defense was really just swarming and closing it up. The other thing, though, Marion County was in a 3-down defensive line look a lot on that drive, and they were able to contain that run game and not have to put extra guys up on the line of scrimmage.
The big thing right now, it's you signed up for 48 minutes. You got to dig in. You got to play. You just got to play right now.
Two backs in the backfield with Zayden Humphrey, the junior electric quarterback. 1st and 10, Marion County starts on the Gordonsville 47 off the penalty. They'll send the man in orbit motion behind him, takes the snap. Humphrey going to keep it himself. He breaks one tackle, and then the cavalry arrives. Humphrey carrying a defender forward. Zayden Humphrey, 6 yards after contact. It'll be 2nd and 2 upcoming here. He put the DB on his back. Waylon Kennedy went for a ride. It'll be 2nd down and 2.
Yeah, Coach Kane, just some option football there in the backfield. Again, we're talking about eyes, just trying to get somebody undisciplined. He made the right read, kept on that one around the end.
Yeah, I mean, just eye candy, eye discipline. Are you reading your keys? Look like they found a crease over there.
Mason Mays in the backfield here with Humphrey. He sends 2 to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 2. Sends a man in motion again, now slams the brakes and checks back. Gordonsville doesn't bite defensively. Tigers in a 3 down front as they adjust. Humphrey going to hand off to Mays. Mays with a hole. He explodes through it, goes to the left side for a big gain and down near the 21-yard line. Huge hole opened up by the Marion County front. Mason Mays moves the chains.
That just looked like inside zone to me, and they creased them.
Yeah. They look a little more comfortable right now, like we talked about. It's a long game, Gordonsville. Dig in, read your keys, play, try to get off the field here.
1st and 10 upcoming here from the 21-yard line. This is going to be fun tonight. If you're ever wondering what a coach is thinking on the sidelines, it comes through with Coach Kane, an 86-game winner. It's not too bad. That's just in Baxter. 1st and 10. Humphrey going to be in the backfield with 2 different backs again as they'll change up the looks. A little bit of early movement. The question is who moved first, and the answer is Coach Starkey, who called a timeout on the field with 7:13 to go. As we get a score up there in the Turner Roofing scoreboard on the hardwood, how about the start for the Lady Cavaliers? They still lead Bartlett 25-19. That's over on UCR2 with Craig Cantrell on the call. 1st and 10 here for Marion County. You got to love the start. Gordonsville got 1 first down, then they bowed up, stuffed the run 3 consecutive times. 2 run plays right down the field so far for the Warriors here on their home field.
No, some other scoreboard updates here. We've got Meigs County and Gatlinburg-Pickman tied up 14-14 at halftime. Also at halftime, Greenville up 7-0 on Anderson County. And Lincoln County fighting back here 14-14 against Sevier County. Knox Halls still leading 14-0 over Knox Central. Alcoa and Coalfield still at halftime, so 21-0. Alcoa over Red Bank, and Coalfield up 34-0 over Sale Creek. South Pitt up 7-0 early in the first against Clay County. And Tyner Academy 14-7 over Giles County.
1st and 10 here. We'll keep you updated on those games as we go. Out of the timeout, Humphrey, the quarterback, calls for the snap. He's going to give around the left side, trying to bounce it, wrapped up, pinballing around before the cavalry arrives for the Tigers. As working it over was J.P. Harris.
Coach, can we get a little split zone action there out of a 2-back set, just a zone look there and bringing a blocker to hit that backside in, and then they bounce around that. Got to keep contained over there.
Yeah, it looked like maybe a little bit of a jersey was being ripped off over there, but, he got out of there quick enough. I noticed y'all didn't give Coach Starkey as much grief about that early timeout. What's going on there?
I knew you were a fan of it. I almost said it, but I don't want to keep picking on you over here. You might not come back.
That was Jaden Frazier on the carry. As a little hard count here. Gordonsville able to stay onside. 2nd down and 6 here for the Warriors. And now we have a whistle and another timeout called as that play clock ticking down. And all right, we can give him some grief now.
Coach Kane's loving this.
Coach Starkey's taken 2 timeouts on the opening drive. 2nd down and 6 here. 6:22 to go in the first quarter. With how often these two teams run the football outside of the timeouts, we expect a fairly quick football game tonight. And also means possessions could be at a premium with ball control offenses.
And that's something I was going to say, Coach Kane, with how much of this is on the run game, staying ahead of schedule, ahead of the change is important. So that's probably why we're seeing these timeouts burned here on this first drive.
Yeah, it looked there like there was just some mass confusion there. I don't know if it was signals or what, but, I mean, it looked like every coach on the sidelines was having a conniption fit. They need to get it settled down or they're not going to get any points here, so we'll see.
2nd and 7 out of the timeout for Coach Starkey. 2 to the right for Zayden Humphrey. The junior quarterback is joined in the backfield by Mason Mays. Snap taken for Humphrey, rolling out to his right, thinking about throwing. Stretches, now he'll fire on the run. Receiver makes the catch. He'll be wrapped up in a great open field tackle for the Tigers on the outside that time. Anthony Fuller got a hold of the wide receiver and ripped him down as James Webb on the outside couldn't get away. It'll be 3rd and 4.
Pretty common route here, running roll out to the right with a smash concept curl from the outside receiver in a corner over the top, and the Gordonsville DBs were able to pass that off pretty well and limit the run after the catch.
Quickly on the football here is Marion County, 3rd down and 4. No doubt 4-down territory. 2 receivers to the right, 2 backs in the backfield with Humphrey. He has the snap, going to play fake, keeping himself around the left side. Stutter steps. What a move for Zayden Humphrey. He's inside the 10, down inside the 5. That is agility on display by Zayden Humphrey. It'll be 1st and goal, Marion County.
Coach, it's something y'all did a lot this year in Baxter with Bronson, that design quarterback run. You put the defense in a bind because you're getting an extra blocker in the box that you don't account for a lot.
Yeah, and you saw that. He got the kick-out block, but I was really impressed with the wiggle of that quarterback. Made some guys miss. Good play.
2 to the left, 1 to the right. 1st and goal for Marion County. The defending champs trying to strike first. Humphrey going to keep it on the read option. He bounces off of one man into the end zone. Touchdown, Marion County. They convert the 3rd down, and 1 play later, the Warriors are into the end zone for the score. And Marion County leads 6-0, 7 minutes into the contest.
Yeah, and for me, it's Humphreys right now. He is making this thing go. Everything is based off what he's able to do. You can see they're having to keep account for where he is, and the other running backs are able to take advantage of that as well.
Zayden Humphrey with a couple of really nice runs. That time it was read well by Gordonsville, and Humphrey would not be denied. The hold is down. The extra point is up. The extra point spins through and is good. 5:07 to go in the first quarter. Marion County leads 7-0. You're watching the high school football playoff game of the week presented by Mayberry's Furniture on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Mayberry's Furniture has been family-owned and operated since 1946 and is now serving the Upper Cumberland with locations in both Crossville and Cookville, offering the largest array of solid wood furniture and mattresses in the area. They also provide a best price guarantee and in-house service and delivery. Stop into their 15,000 square foot showroom at 1020 South Willow Avenue in Cookville to see their selection of Amish solid wood, flex steel, Tempur-Pedic, Sealy Posturepedic, and much more today. Mayberry's Furniture is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the high school football game of the week on the UCR Media Network.
Statement drive for the defending state champs to open the ball game after forcing a punt by the Tigers. It's Marion County who marches down the field and strikes on a 3-yard touchdown run by Zayden Humphrey. 7-0, and now pressure on Jay Foster and the Tigers as they try to answer the deficit here on the road.
Yeah, and it's something Coach Cade said. They signed up for 48 minutes. The first drive didn't really go how Gordonsville won on either side of the ball. Can they dig in here and get into a little rhythm on offense?
Crowd into it here. They've gotten a show so far. A lot of football still to be played. This kickoff is away. It was a disaster last time. This one fielded cleanly on the 15-yard line to the 20, to the 25, to the 30. A nice return to set up the Tigers by Camrick Stott. 1st and 10 from their own 32-yard line as Jay Foster will lead his team back out again.
And that kick return kind of reminded me a lot of Gordonsville on their first drive. It looked like it was going to go for something a lot bigger here as he crossed the 30, and just the speed of Marion really closed it down and got him on the ground.
Yeah, so this will be a big key here. Response to adversity, collective response. Let's see what they do here.
Booker is the tailback here behind Jay Foster in the offset eye. Foster takes the snap, turns, hands to Booker up the middle. He's wrapped up immediately. Really nowhere to run. Tried to finish strong, but he's brought down. Malachi Underwood, the sophomore defensive lineman, first one there. Maybe half a yard, give him a full yard on the play. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And, Coach, what I'm seeing here out of this Marion County front is they're really doing a good job eating up some of these double teams, and these linebackers are just flying around making plays right now.
Yeah, and to be honest, they look like the aggressor right now. They look comfortable. They look comfortable in this environment, and they're being more aggressive.
2nd down and 9 here, and we'll see a shotgun set. Jay Foster certainly can throw it. He has over 1,000 passing yards this year, maybe required to. High snap. He's going to fire a sidearm throw, incomplete. Pressure came immediately as he was trying to send it out into the flat for Lee Skurlock, who has 16 touchdowns this season. But another 3rd and long here for the Tigers. It'll be 3rd and 9 with 4.5 to play in this first quarter.
So much goes in on the timing on an offensive play, and with that snap, with Foster having to jump off the ground and get it, that play did not have a lot of rhythm from the jump.
Yeah, he probably wishes he'd have taken another step and instead of making the easy, flip, made an accurate throw out there. It looks like that's their advantage right now is on the perimeter.
4.5 to go here in the first quarter. Big 3rd and 9 play. Marion County leads 7-0. Foster sets up the troops, takes the snap, going to give to Booker. Booker up the middle, big hole, it closes quickly, dives to about the 39. 4th down and 3, and Coach Jackson quickly getting a play call in, see if they're going to go or just leave the offense on the field for a hard count. 4th and 3, they're wasting no time. Foster will take the snap. He will give to Booker again, right side, trying to get forward, and he's denied. Short by at least a yard, maybe 2. They went with the quick snap, and Turner Booker had nowhere to go. Marion County going to take over on the turnover on downs.
And, Coach, when you do something like that early in the game, you're just trying to find a spark to get your guys going.
Yeah, on the one hand, it shows confidence in your guys and your offense, so to speak. On the flip side, when you don't get it, like happens to all of us, it maybe shows a little bit of panic.
Score update on the Turner Roofing scoreboard. Cookeville leads Bartlett 27-22 at halftime on UCR2. 1st and 10 here for Marion County with a chance to really take control early on in the game. It was back-to-back positive plays for Gordonsville. The problem is they needed 9. They got 7. 2 to the left here for Humphrey as he breaks huddle. Humphrey takes the snap, going to give to the back. Nice hesitation, wrapped up and thrown down. Best rep so far for the Tigers defense. Gain of about 1.5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Coach, it looked like Marion lined up in a little unbalanced set with 2 receivers attached to the sideline and then a tight end that way. They're really just trying to get Gordonsville to overshift to spit that one backside.
Yeah, and I think the best way to get themselves, comfortable in this game is to get a stop on defense. I heard the statistics. They're a good defensive team. They just need to settle down and play like they did on that play.
2nd down and 8 here for the Tigers, for the Warriors, working left to right on your screen. Play clock down to 2 seconds. Humphrey has the snap, going to fire the quick screen. Receiver makes the catch, hit immediately and dropped. Gain of a couple on the play. The secondary ready for that one on the outside for Gordonsville. Anthony Fuller flew across the field to get involved in that tackle. 3rd down and along 6 here for Marion County.
And for what it's worth, on the first 2 plays of this drive, they look a lot more comfortable on defense so far.
Yeah, moving faster, getting to the ball better for sure.
3rd down and 6. 2:49 to go in this first quarter. 2 to the right. Motion man across the set. Snap taking, going to hand off underneath. He's wrapped up and dropped. Great play call, but better defense. Wrapping him up is Lee Skurlock. The senior came in unblocked. It's 4th and 9 and decision time for Marion County.
Try to hit that roll like smoke draw right there. Again, just trying to mess with those eyes, and Gordonsville stayed at home, get them behind the sticks. Probably going to force a punt right here.
They do force a punt, and the Tigers' defense keeps the game alive. You go down 14-0 that quick, and bad things can happen. And now Humphrey is the punter as well. He has 4 punts inside the 20 this year. We'll try to do the same here, punting from the 40-yard line. Has a waist-high snap, puts a right foot into it. Tremendous punt, spinning in the air. Fair catch called for and made at the 15-yard line. Great punt by Zayden Humphrey. Return man for Gordonsville wanted a penalty, said he was in his space. Waylon Kennedy isn't able to get the call. 1st and 10 Tigers with 1:49 to play in the first quarter.
And really kind of a lost art here in high school football is just running up and catching a punt. There's a lot of hidden yardage given up or received there when you let that one hit and bounce. Really good job for him to come up and get under that one.
Yeah, God doesn't make too many punt returners anymore. It is a lost art.
Hey, that's the one thing the Titans are actually good at. Chim DK can return punts.
They just don't get a chance to return many because they stink.
It's true. The other teams just score. Foster, the quarterback in the shotgun, going to take the snap, gives to the back up the middle, wrapped up immediately and thrown down. Turner Booker trying to get it rolling here to be 2nd down and 10. No gain on the play, and right now the game being won by the front 4 and the front 7 for Marion County.
Yeah, really tough sledding right now between the tackles for the Tigers. I think they're going to have to try to get on the edges here to see if they can get running side to side before they get back inside.
Yeah, that time it was just one guy, so it wasn't like they're getting overwhelmed, but we'll see on this play.
2nd down and 9. They do give a yard for Booker on the 16-yard line. Motion man across. Now slamming the brakes and retreating. Foster takes a high snap, going to toss the jet sweep around the right side. Nowhere to run, and a stiff shot leveled. A bone-jarring hit as Camrick Stott tried to go across the line. Maybe a yard on the play and a 3rd and 8 upcoming here.
Well, that's why I'm in the booth talking about it. I told them they need to run sideline to sideline, and that didn't go anywhere either.
We go under a minute to play here in the first quarter, 7-0 Marion County. When you looked at the defensive stats, you anticipated the potential for a defensive war. The Warriors went right down the field on their first drive, so still to be determined if that's possible, but their defense holding up their end of the bargain. 3rd and a long 7 here for Gordonsville. 2 to the left for Jay Foster. Quarterback takes the snap. Going to roll out to his left side. Eyes downfield. Puts his feet in the ground. Shot play. Looking deep downfield. His receiver had a step, but too far out in front of Maddox Randolph, the junior. It falls incomplete, and a likely punt here for Gordonsville.
And that one's tough, Coach Ken. You got behind them, had a chance for a shot, and you overthrow the deep ball. Again, that's probably one Jay's going to want back, but
look like you had the intermediate guy, but take a shot. You're in the quarters, go take a shot at it. I feel him.
First punt for Gordonsville was kicked directly out of bounds, and it then led to a touchdown. These 2 dangerous returners back deep again for the Warriors. Waist-high snap, right-footed kick is away. This one is spinning again towards the sideline, and this is going to be unbelievable field position. But we have some extracurriculars as a Warrior and Tiger get tied up, and it gets the jungle on the other side fired up. The official is still walking. He's inside the 35-yard line and down to the 33. At that point, you might as well just go for it. Marion County will have a 1st and 10 dancing in Gordonsville territory with 15 seconds to go in the quarter.
I think that turned out to be a 10 or 11, 12-yard punt right there. And like you said, if you could go back in time and say, if I knew it was going to go 12 yards, I just drawed up another play.
1st and 10 here for Humphrey as he leads his troops back out. He has run really well. They kind of went away from him on their last set of downs, and it led to a punt. Starting on the Gordonsville 32-yard line, Humphrey breaks huddle. 2 receivers out to the right. He's got Mays in the backfield with him. Humphrey takes the snap, going to give to Mays. Hit it immediately, spins forward, now will be thrown backward and down. Gain of just a couple. The Tigers defense with some critical adjustments, and we have flown through the first quarter here at Marion County. After 1, it's the defending state champion Warriors 7, the Tigers 0. It's the high school football playoff game of the week presented by Mayberry's Furniture on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate quality care for all patients from local people you can trust so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine Team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
At the Quality Family, we believe care isn't just a service, it's a promise.
Whether you're bouncing back from surgery, navigating a serious illness, or need essential equipment to stay independent,
we provide skilled home health, compassionate hospice, and reliable DME services right where you need them most. At home.
Covering communities in Kentucky and Tennessee, we're in your corner.
The Quality Family, trusted care right where life happens.
A fun first quarter's in the books. It's Marion County with a 7-0 lead here over Gordonsville. With the football, 2nd and 8. Coach Jackson got 3 different officials near him, not happy about something, not sure what it was, but they had the conversation. Of course, at this point in the playoffs, the crews come from outside of both areas. This is where you need Jeremy. He'll be back with us next week to tell us where people are and where they're from. Humphrey takes a high snap with one hand. He play fakes, goes around left side. Look at the elusiveness of Humphrey. The ball pops out, though. It's on the ground. Gordonsville says they have it. The official started to point, and then he stopped. And it's going to be third down here for the Warriors. He was about to point to the right, but one of the Warriors fell on the football. Disaster averted for them. 3rd and 3 upcoming.
And, Coach, right there, you've got to take advantage of that. When he's put it on the ground, that's the first mistake he's made tonight. Got to find a way to get on top of that one if you're Gordonsville.
Absolutely. Next time I'm bringing my glasses because I did not see that ball come out there.
Up in the booth, sometimes you're slumming it a little bit. We got glass and everything. Snap taken, handoff to the back on the counter play. Whistles around left side. Big hole opened up. A lot of jersey we play on. Diving forward, that's a Marion County Warriors first down as they rip the counter play off the backside. We've got a flag, though, on the far side of the field. I mean, it looked like a clear hole, but it was on the other side of where we saw it, guys.
Sometimes that official across the way is going to make a call. Maybe he felt like he saw.
And that time it was Ashton Martin. First time we've said his name. He's very elusive, as you just saw. And this one, I think, going to push the Warriors back. It's an illegal shift. Big call there. Wow. Turns a first down run into a 3rd and 8.
Yeah, and on that last play, you called it. No, they ran that counter out the backside, and Gordonsville had a defender one-on-one in the hole to make it, and he missed. Led to the first down, but the legal shift negates it.
3rd down and 8 back on the Gordonsville 30-yard line. Coach, you're probably thinking you got 2 downs to get it here if you're on the headset.
Definitely.
And they'll break the huddle. Leaves the passing game there. Martin stays in the backfield. While not the tallest kid in the world, he's got a lot of shiftiness to him. 2 to the right here for Zayden. Humphrey takes the snap. Going to roll out to the right side. Has room to run if he wants to, and he will. He bounces upfield. Humphrey breaks a tackle. He's got the first down and more. Humphrey tight ropes the sideline. This one's coming back. Got into the end zone, but a ferocious crackback block, and every official saw it. No question about it. This one is wiped off the board on what was an electric run, but a huge blindside block freed it up.
Coach, I'm going to say it right here that Humphreys is really impressing me with the ball in his hands on the edge, making plays and making people miss.
Yeah, you don't want to jump the gun on anything, but, man, he looks like a problem for them defensively. Two penalties bailed him out. They could be big penalties in this ballgame, though.
That's a 15-yard personal foul. It backs him up behind the chains now, back to the 35-yard line. Touchdown off the board. Zayden Humphrey hit the edge, and he was gone. 10:50 to go here in the first half. I mentioned Madison. She's running the camera. It's an amazing setup. I'll have to take a picture. And the clock and the scoreboard. So the clock's going to get off sometime. She'll reset it. Doesn't have a great angle to the scoreboard there. So if it bounces around a little bit, that's why. Please disregard. Your patience is appreciated. 3rd and 15, or 14 rather. Humphrey drops back to pass, steps up in the pocket. Here comes pressure. Gets away for now. Humphrey fires on the run. Receiver's open. He makes the catch. Contorts to the 25-20. Bounces off his own man. Now he's to the 10. Still on his feet and down out of bounds. Leaping up to make the catch was Mason Mays out of the backfield. And again, Marion County gets a big play.
And that's just a bat breaker there for that Gordonsville defense. You think you've got Humphrey wrapped up in the backfield, and as he's scrambling, somebody gets cut loose and they don't get the plaster drill or whatever you want to call it, and they leak somebody out for a big explosive.
Yeah, that accidental offense, the off-schedule stuff, it looks like he's going to be an issue for them.
And now under center in the I formation. The tailback deep is Ashton Martin. Snap taken. He'll give to Martin. Big hole. Martin up the middle, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Marion County. They survive a couple of self-inflicted wounds, and the Warriors have a 2-score lead, 88 seconds into the second quarter.
Yeah, and right there, they just go tackle over unbalanced and just outman Gordonsville there to that right side of the offensive line for a walk-in touchdown.
Yeah, I was questioning why I go under center with that quarterback, but I guess he figured he knew why. So good play for them.
Martin, an all-state caliber player on defense, getting it done on offense as the kicking unit on here. Snap, set, the kick is up, and the kick is good. 10:32 to go in the first half. It's 14-0 Marion County. Coverage presented by Mayberry's Furniture on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Check the scoreboard.
Welcome back. Marion County with a 14-0 lead over Gordonsville. The Tigers looking for an answer offensively. A touchdown run for Ashton Martin. What a football name Ashton Martin is.
Should have named him Aston, though. You know about the James Bond
Well,
car,
I think that's,
Aston
you
Martin.
do a little bit of
yeah, I know. But
I like it. It's a clever name.
that's my dream car, the 1964.
I promise you I will have a Corvette one day, and it probably will be sold. Definitely will be. By Jason Fye, because this is the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
If you need a loan, I know a guy. Southeast Bank.
You should not buy till you see Jason Fye. That'll cost you some money, sir. Squib kick going to be fielded at the 18-yard line. Room to run on the return to the 35 and drop backwards. That's that awkward hip drop tackle. Mason Cross on the return. Good field position here for the Tigers. 1st and 10 on their own 39. Looking for an answer offensively. This Marion County front seven has really stifled Gordonsville's offense so far.
And Coach Kane said it, at times it's been the entire front, and a couple times it's just been one guy winning his individual one-on-one matchup and making a play. And Gordonsville's just never had a rhythm on offense yet tonight.
Appreciate the kind comment, Hansel. This is what we do every single day. We'll be back at it tomorrow as well. Motion man across the line of scrimmage here for the Tigers as Foster sends another man across. Takes the snap, going to give to the back. Nowhere to run. Booker dropped immediately, maybe half a yard. 2nd down upcoming here as the clock stops momentarily with a helmet popping off. And now they'll run it again with 10-13 and counting to go in the first half.
Coach, it just happens sometimes. You get in a game where nothing's just going your way on offense. What do you do? Where do you go to?
I burned this time out right here and try to get it settled down. It doesn't look like Marion's doing anything crazy. Just 5 guys at the line of scrimmage. That was his shotgun wing tee stuff, and, man, it didn't look like it worked that time.
On the Turner Roofing scoreboard, Clay County was driving in South Pitt territory down 7-0. An interception on 4th down, then South Pitt scores to go ahead 2 scores. Now Stott around the left side looking for the edge. He cuts upfield. Stott this time. Ball pops out forward. This is a lot to unpack as Camrick Stott got rolling around the edge. Got smoked earlier on that play. They'll say he was down at the 46, but makes it 3rd and manageable. 3rd and 3 for Gordonsville, down 14-0.
And this is just me. I feel like if you can get this to 4th and 1.5 or less, you probably had a spot in this game where you've got to go for it here at midfield.
They just need one kid to step up here and make a play. I mean, they need a play made, and all their confidence will get back up.
Lee Skurlock in the backfield now behind Jay Foster, who's under center on 3rd and 3. Foster takes the snap, going to give to Skurlock with a head of steam. Skurlock barrels forward. Now he spins off a tackler into Marion County territory. It's a Gary Maxwell Insurance 1st down for Gordonsville down to the 48-yard line.
And really just looking for somebody to make a play and looking for that spark. Just go to your best short yardage play, and they did it. Like you said, Skurlock's got 16 short yardage touchdowns on the season.
His teammates needed to see that extra effort, and now everybody should settle in and, play ball.
Under center here in tight for Foster. Takes the snap, going to turn and hand to Booker. This time Booker gets hit and thrown backwards, maybe 1.5 yards on the play for Turner Booker. 1st downs, not going backwards for Gordonsville, but not going very far forward. It's kind of the discussion we've been having with Tennessee Tech, who – watch this segue, Coach. You're learning a thing or two about commentary. We'll be there tomorrow as Tech welcomes in UT Martin for the OVC Big South title. 1st down so important. Right now, Marion County winning 1st down defensively.
And what I think I'm most impressed with Marion County right now is they're making one-on-one tackles, and the guy who's holding them up, they're getting a crew of people there around them as well. Not letting a lot of yards after contact or anybody to fall forward.
2nd and 8 here under center goes Jay Foster. Foster takes the snap, play fake, looking to throw deep downfield. He has a man with the step, looking for Stott. He makes the catch to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. No signal yet. Touchdown, Gordonsville. Camrick Stott catches and runs. The Tigers needed an answer, and they get the most explosive play of the game so far.
And they needed that in the worst way. They've got a heartbeat in this game. I don't care to tell you, Coach Kane and I looked at each other, but after that last touchdown thinking, this one could get ugly quick. That was a huge answer here for Gordonsville.
It's a Real Estate Collective touchdown for Gordonsville. They're within 8 extra point pending here. And a great throw by Jay Foster.
On the money.
Deep to Cameron Stott.
Really pretty ball that he threw right there.
Let him run under it.
Kicking it on here, Gavin Kemp, the senior kicker. A lefty. Low line drive kick on its way, and it is good. We haven't said it yet. You probably need to figure out where your box of popcorn is. You may need it as we move through this ball game. 7:50 to go in the first half. The Tigers back in it. It's 14-7 on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this 3-bed, 2-bathroom home in the desirable Poplar Point subdivision in Rickman. This home sits on just under an acre with a 2-car garage and over 1,500 square feet of living space. It's the perfect blend of comfort and convenience. For more information, visit chadandamycrouch.com or call 931-979-1191. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
A Real Estate Collective touchdown for Gordonsville. Gets them back in it, 14-7. And now we'll see what Marion County has as an answer. Their kick return game has been among the state's best in Class 2A. The Warriors will look to flip the field back the other way. Few explosive plays in that kind of moderate range, 20-plus yards. That one, 47 from Foster to Stott, has changed the complexion of the ball game.
Yeah, I got him right back in it. This one was on the verge of being over early. Gordonsville has a pulse.
Kemp to kick this one away. A couple of dangerous return men back deep here for Marion County. What will Kemp do? He goes with the pooch kick angled right side. It's going to be fielded on the run at the 25-yard line. Looking to get the edge at the 30. Being hit hard. And now the absolute host of the Tigers get there to put him down. Cruz Fry, the sophomore defensive back, first one in to make the stop on the return. Do we have a flag down here somewhere?
So. Yeah.
Telling you, it's managing these momentum shifts, and we're seeing one right now. Gordonsville's their team saw their guy make a big play, quarterback to the receiver, and now they're feeling it. Now they're feeling confident, and we got a new ball game.
And it is a penalty flag. Justin, you were on it, couldn't see it, and it's against Marion County. It's a big one. Backs them up to the 22-yard line. By far the worst starting field position tonight for the Warriors, who will receive the second half kickoff. 7:42 to go in the first half. Cookville's lead over Bartlett 38-37 at the end of the third quarter, near the end of the third quarter, over on UCR 2 on the Turner Roofing scoreboard.
But the bad thing for Gordonsville, they got to come out here and try to contain Humphrey.
Humphrey takes the snap, going to give to the back again on the counter play. This time he's wrapped up and dropped. Nothing doing that time, and the Tigers' defense looks entirely different than they did on the opening drive. It'll be second down and 10. Really nothing doing that time for Mays.
And, Coach, sometimes those counter plays, they take a while to develop, and they're just they can get knocked off so quick. That's what happened right there.
Yeah, and, you can just tell Gordonsville playing with a little extra energy now.
And that was Ashton Richardson, rather, on the carry that time. Humphrey. Quarterback takes the snap. Power read play. Humphrey tries to bounce it to the outside. Now he puts a foot in the ground, dancing forward. Humphrey will not be denied, but 4 different Tigers get a hand on him. Taken down at the 25, and a very important 3rd down and 7 upcoming here for Marion County. Good sportsmanship there as Humphrey helped back onto his feet by one of the Tigers, Jamario Williams.
Win, lose, or draw tonight, there's going to be Gordonsville players and coaches have nightmares about Humphrey running around out there snatching ankles.
He is an elusive quarterback. 3rd down and 7 here for Marion County as we near the midway point here of the second quarter. 14-7 in this Class 2A quarterfinal round matchup in Jasper. Tight formation here. Humphrey sets up. Calls for, has the snap, rolls to his right, eyes downfield. Here comes pressure, he rolls away from it. Humphrey now throws against his body, incomplete. Had a man open, but had to make a good throw against the grain. Very tough to do, and the Tigers' defense forces a 3-and-out to regain possession.
Coach, that's one of those on the sideline. when he's jumping up, throwing that back across his body, your heart sinks right down into your stomach.
I was just about to say the worst thing that can happen is for them is one of those kids pop open, because I thought he was about to run that ball.
Yep. Waylon Kennedy, the junior, standing on his own 45-yard line. Humphrey, the punter, he already has one great one. Gets this one away. This is a low-line drive. Kennedy sees it roll, and now he's going to let it roll out to about the 34-yard line. That's where Jay Foster and company will take over with 6:05 to go here in the first half. It was all Marion County up 14-0. The Tigers back within 7 with the football now.
Yeah, you said it. Marion County had all the momentum. Everything was going their way. They settled into this game a little better early. Here in the second quarter, though, Gordonsville's punching back. We didn't expect them to lay down by any means.
Packed house. I mentioned Goose is here tonight. Back under center goes Jay Foster. Foster takes the snap, going to give to the back up the middle. This time the Marion County front stands him up and puts him down. Nothing doing for Lee Skurlock. Gain of a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9. Absolutely nowhere for Skurlock to run on that one.
I will say this. Outside of the big play that Gordonsville hit on the last drive, every yard they get, they are having to fight for. It is tough for them to just establish any kind of staying ahead of the six or anything right now.
These two teams alongside East Robertson, the 3 best defenses in Class 2A, and we have certainly seen that so far in this one. Two to the right here for Jay Foster in the gun. Takes the snap, rolls to his right, eyes downfield, has his man on the corner route, jumps up and makes a great catch. Camrick Stott again. You see the connection between Foster and Stott. It's a Gary Maxwell Insurance first down for Gordonsville.
And that was a great catch over here on the sideline. Had to leave his feet, get a foot in bounds, and take the contact going out. Just throwing that out route there, a little bit of past the 6.
Clock stops as he goes out of bounds on that one. 5:18 to go here in the first quarter. Or first half, I should say. I'll get it right. To the 47-yard line goes Gordonsville. They're starting to find something in the passing game here, which is against conventional wisdom. Snap taken. Going to hand off around the left side. Williams with a stutter step, waiting on the blockers. Now the track speed of Williams as he turns the corner to the 50 and will be brought down. Ironically enough, that may be the best first down play the Tigers have had tonight. It's 2nd down and 7.
Coach, I thought Williams did a really good job right there, kind of slowing down, stutter stepping a little bit, and letting some of those blocks set up before he just ran into the back of somebody.
Yeah, set it up. You know, a lot of times those stutter guys are the hardest ones to get on the ground. I know we struggle with it, and, he made a good move there and got 3 or 4 yards.
We're in the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing broadcast booth tonight. Happy to be along with you. Appreciate the folks at Marion County for accommodating us this evening. Two to the right for Jay Foster, the quarterback. Takes the shotgun snap, play fake, fires the quick hitch. Receiver makes the catch of the 45 to the 40, breaks a tackle to the 35-30, foot race to the 25 and down from behind. Catch and run that time for Brooks Stafford, the sophomore, on a Gary Maxwell Insurance first down into the Turner Roofing red zone at the 19. Gordonsville's threatening to tie the game.
What I'm seeing right now from Marion County on defense, they're putting 8 in a box and manning up everybody on the outside, playing soft. Some of this pass game may be there a little bit going forward.
Yeah, let the senior quarterback do his thing. They're playing way off, easy access to 5, 6, 7 yard gains. And that time he broke a tackle, made a big play.
If there was concern about Jay Foster's health, he looks really good tonight after getting popped last week against Donata. Under center here comes the run blitz as he hands left side Booker. Booker weaving through traffic, then lowers the boom inside the 10-yard line. Turner Booker, the sophomore, with a stiff finish. They'll mark him at the 10, 2nd and a yard, and all of a sudden the Tigers leaning on the Warriors on the road.
I will say this, on both sides of the ball, there's been some big hits delivered both ways. This is a really physical football game. It's something you'd expect here in the third round.
2nd and a yard here as Foster breaks huddle, 3:23 to go. 1 timeout left for Marion County, 3 left for the Tigers. Wing T set, why not? Foster takes the snap, going to hand to Booker around the left side. Booker tries to cut upfield at the 10. He pushes forward. We can hear the Marion County coaches not happy above us here in the press box because Booker just got a Gary Maxwell Insurance first down to the 6-yard line.
Yeah, and what they're frustrated about right there is they had strung it out plenty wide enough and had a tackle there, missed in the backfield to allow him to get the first down. That was close to being a 3 or 4 yard loss.
We always talk about one guy outside the ball. Not Not 2, not 3, not 5. You want one guy, and everybody else should be inside.
First and goal from the 6-yard line. Foster under center again in the wing set. Takes the snap, going to turn and hand off up the middle with Skurlock. He pushes forward inside the 5-yard line. Skurlock down to the 2. Lee Skurlock has 16 touchdowns this year, and you see why as he finishes through contact. Gordonsville running the clock down as well. 2.5 to go in the first half.
Yeah, and it would be ideal for them to snap this one with as little time on the play clock as they could with Marion only having one timeout, but they've got that big play explosive ability. It may not matter that much.
Maddox Randolph just checked into the game as well to go out at wide receiver. In the gun here, Booker besides Foster, and now he'll shift the set. And a whistle with 6 seconds to go, and a flag is down. Could be a big call here.
They're calling a false start.
They have that shift working, and it is a false start against the Tigers. Big penalty. Turns a second and goal from the 2 to a second and goal from the 7. Little surprised Gordonsville got out of the wing stuff with how they've been moving it on this drive, but they do. We'll see what they have here. They'll stay in the gun. Foster with Booker beside him. They'll shift the set one more time. Foster motions a man across. Now takes the snap. Quarterback keeper for Jay Foster on the left side. Cuts up at the 5-yard line and dives forward. Got those penalty yards back to the 2. 3rd and goal from the 2, and no doubt about it, you got 2 downs to get it if you're Steven Jackson as we near 90 seconds to go here in the first half.
2 downs to get it, and I would say one of them you're going to see some kind of dive play, and then if you don't get it on that play, you got to leave the ball in the hands of your best player on offense to me.
Don't forget about the passing game that got you down here. It's easy to do when the field gets condensed like that. So,
and thinking what we're thinking, clock running down, and an explosive offense of his own, Tim Starkey wants to stop this clock. 1:24 to go. He burns his 3rd and final timeout.
Well, yeah, you want to give your offense a chance to have time here, regardless of what happens on these next 2 plays. If you hold them, you think if you're Marion County, you're probably just happy to get in up 7. But if you don't, you want to give Humphrey.
You have a Hail Mary, which is quarterback keeper.
Anywhere, yeah. Just say, hey, everybody run downfield, let him run around, make something happen.
It's fascinating. These do or die games, the momentum shifts. I mean, it's like anything and everything Gordonsville wants to do right now is working. And, 5 minutes ago, none of it was. But one guy make a play.
Score update on the Turner Roofing scoreboard. Cookeville leads Bartlett 44-40. 5:09 to go in the 4th quarter. And resident Cookeville fanboy Justin Matheny just jumped in the press box. He literally
love my Cavaliers.
He jumped in the air. It was crazy. You should have seen it.
My 2-inch vert that I've got these days.
Okay, Mr. 325 on the bench press today.
Hey,
whatever
I can bench press a cow.
Thank you for catching whatever you were about to say out of your mouth. 3rd and goal from the 2-yard line here for Gordonsville. Foster goes over to the other side of Skurlock. Now they motion again. Foster. It's a direct snap to Skurlock around the left side. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Gordonsville. Lee Skurlock for the 17th time this year. And the Tigers are an extra point away from erasing a 2-score deficit.
Coach, just some creativity there before the play, shifting the quarterback over to a man. Another shift to get a 3 or 4 man side over there and just mashed them in the end zone.
Yeah, gave them one too many gaps to cover. It was obvious they got an extra one on them.
Gavin Kemp on to kick it. Extra points will be critical tonight. Marion County very good at blocking these as Kemp sends this one up and through. How quickly things can change. A Real Estate Collective score, and with 1:21 to go in the 2nd quarter, 14-14, and a couple of interesting things to think about here. No timeouts left for Marion County. Steven Jackson with momentum has all 3 in his back pocket. Probably would depend on an incomplete pass mixed in there. But the chess match is on. It looked like this could be over in a hurry. Running clock starts popping into your minds at 14-0. That conversation has disappeared right now.
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking as well. When it was 14-0 and Gordonsville had not shown a heartbeat at all on offense, just nothing they did worked. And I even asked Coach Kane at the start of the 2nd quarter, what are you looking for? Where do you go to? And he said, you just got to settle in, have one person make a play. They had it on a 3rd and short.
Lee Skurlock barreled forward.
The fullback dive there to Skurlock, and he ran somebody over at the sticks, and that's when that juice started flowing across the way.
in our preseason work, and we're inevitably going to struggle some in the preseason, and the guys are frustrated and hot and tired, and I constantly remind them, one guy's got to make a play. One guy's got to make a play.
1:21 to go. A couple of guys have made plays. Now can Marion County have somebody make a play as they want to go 2 for 1 in a hurry? Kemp with a spinning kick, angling towards the sideline. It'll roll. It's inbounds for now out of bounds, and a decision to make for Coach Starkey. Could force him to re-kick. He could take the ball on the 35-yard line. We'll see what he decides to do there.
Hey, for me, Coach, and this is just personal preference, I make them kick it again because those dudes just ran down there and had to cover that. They're going to be a little winded, but that's just me.
Score update on the Turner Roofing scoreboard. Apologies, Coach. Now Bartlett within a point, 46-45. Go ahead.
That, and when, you can tell when they're trying to pooch kick it, they really aren't excited about kicking the ball to you, so you definitely want to make them do it again. And it looks like they are.
They are going to make them kick it again, and the Jackson County round 1 playoff game for Marion County, they really broke the game open on a kickoff return. Looked dead to rights, able to bounce around on the sidelines and get through. They'd love to do that again here. Again, getting the ball to start the second half as well. So now Kemp will be forced to punt, or kick, I should say, from 5 yards further back at the 35-yard line instead of the 40. Which I will give credit to Coach Kane's exactly why last week Upperman had a whole lot of squib kicks and onside kicks because they were going to have the same problem against a couple of guys who are going to go play at the Power 4 level.
Yeah, that's another.
That's not a shot. That's credit.
That's another topic I don't want to discuss.
Fair,
right?
but that's credit. That's credit
week.
instead
Yes.
of, Justin's mean. I'm talking
Pop
nice guy
shots
here.
over here, yeah.
Kemp to kick this one away. He'll go the opposite direction this time, left side. This one's trickling towards the sideline and out of bounds again. And they can do it one more time if they want to. They can do it 12 more times if they want to.
Kick it again.
I'd make him kick it again. Absolutely.
And now you're at the point, if you're Coach Jackson, where you're going to have to take a chance and kick it to one of these return men.
They're not, they're obviously trying to keep the ball away from some guys. They're not comfortable kicking this ball. Now they're doing it from 10 yards further back. This is a nightmare situation.
Especially to a team with no timeouts on this sideline. They're going to start with the ball around midfield.
Yeah. So all those discussions about what are we going to do? We're going to take a knee. We're going to try to get out of half. Now those are changing.
And the coaching point on these kicks, he's just got to get a little more air under them to get these guys on the second line to have to catch it.
Yeah.
The return men are standing on their own 22-yard line for Marion County. Now kicking on the 30 is Kemp. This is how playoff games are won and lost in these moments right here. The lefty Kemp jogs up, and he's going to just squib this one on the ground. It pops up. It's a free ball, and Marion County able to gather on the 47. Almost changed things in a hurry. It is great field position, though, for the quarterback, Zayden Humphrey and company. A couple of empty possessions in a row. They have it here tied up at 14. No timeouts remaining. 1:17 to go. Reminder once again, the clock on the screen is not official here in the final moments.
From where they were having to kick that ball, that's kind of best case scenario for Gordonsville.
We'll see how aggressive Marion County is. Do they take a shot through the air or try to pop one on the ground? Certainly capable of doing that. Humphrey takes the shotgun snap, little misdirection, handoff underneath. Hold a rumble through, a gain of about 9, make it 10 yards. Diving forward on the play is Jaden Frazier. And it's a first down for Marion County. They'll run the clock with 1:11 to go as they set the chains. Right back on the ball here is Humphrey. He'll send 2 receivers to the left. Now he's all alone in the backfield. Back rejoins him. Humphrey around the left side. Eyes downfield. Here comes pressure. Looking back to the right. Deep downfield, and he missed his man. Fairly good coverage as he was looking deep for Jaden Frazier again, but covering was Brooks Stafford. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And I lost him. I was watching the routes over here to the field. It looks like they were trying to run a wheel, and he fell out of it, and he just ran across country, got behind the defense. Gordonsville got lucky with that one.
Yeah, probably a little shallow route on the other side, trying to snag that corner from getting depth and finding work, and he looked like he was open.
Humphrey, the quarterback, 2nd and 10, 57.5 seconds to go here. Now motions his back or shifts him to the left side. Humphrey sets up, has the snap, drops back to pass again. Steps up, he's going to run. This is quarterback draw. Humphrey wrapped up and slung down. J.P. Harris takes down the quarterback. Steven Jackson content to try and get this thing into halftime. He's not going to burn his time out. 3rd and 10 here for Marion County as they get back on the ball.
And that may be the first time tonight that I've seen Humphreys tackled in a one-on-one situation.
J.P. Harris with a great tackle. 3rd and 10, 30 seconds and counting to go in the half. Snap taking, play fake again. Humphrey rolling to his right. Now looks back to the left. Going to tuck it, maybe. Still behind the line of scrimmage. Throws off his back foot. Receiver's open. He makes the catch. Taken down just behind, but there is a flag down. Are they going to say he crossed the line of scrimmage?
He was close.
It was very close. The flag is at the 41-yard line. I thought he stayed behind the line. It's your whole body has to, if any part of your body, I should say, is behind the line of scrimmage, you're good. But this also may have nothing to do with that. Could be an eligible man downfield. Bingo, that's what it is. Take the completion off the board. 5-yard penalty, 3rd and 15 with 17 and a half seconds to go.
And that's tough there for the offensive line as you've got a quarterback like Humphrey running around making a play, looking like he's going to run. You're looking for work to do, go pick somebody up to spring him, and he pulls back and throws it.
Yeah, I didn't know they called that anymore with all the linemen downfield on these RPOs.
And this has caused a change of thought as the victory formation now for Marion County. They're going to put their knee on the ground. Ladies and gentlemen, a great first half is in the book. Marion County led 14-0. Gordonsville battles back. It's 14-14. The Tigers with the momentum. The Warrior faithful trying to spurn on their team. We're going to hear from all of our fantastic sponsors that made it possible for us to be here tonight. And then when we come back, we'll have the Happy Hiller halftime show. Take a look around the state at a very busy Turner Roofing scoreboard. Recap the first half, preview the second, and get right to it. Trip to the semifinals is a coin toss right now here in Jasper. At the break, Marion County and Gordonsville tied up at 14 on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Legacy House is right here in the heart of Smithville. It's more than a boutique, it's a family story woven into every thread. I'm Amy Allen, and I started this place with my 3 beautiful daughters. We offer timeless pieces that feel both classic and bold. From rich textured clothing to one-of-a-kind accessories. This shop has a perfect mix of heritage with a modern edge. So come on down. You'll find more than just fashion. You'll find a place where legacy and style meet.
Located at 104 West Walnut Street in Smithville, stop by and see their selection Tuesday through Saturday. Legacy House is proud to be an all-inclusive sponsor of UCR.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They are also proud to sponsor Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing's Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Be sure to stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate is hosting an exciting open house on November 23rd from 2 to 4 p.m. in the sought-after Brookstone subdivision. Maplewood Construction's newest home features a fireplace in the living space and bathrooms with all 3 bedrooms. This home also has a 2-car garage and a spacious backyard for entertaining. You can view this home at Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate's open house on November 23rd from 2 to 4. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Are you looking for the best dining experience in the Upper Cumberland? Visit Fire and Vine in Cookville's historic West Side. Fire and Vine offers great service and a unique menu, including mouth-watering deep dish pizza, delectable beef, chicken, fish, and more. Take in stunning views from the rooftop while enjoying your meal. Come and experience the charm and flavor of Fire and Vine, your new favorite spot for a memorable dining experience. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Looking for weekend lunch and dinner plans? Since 1971, Nick's Restaurant has been locally owned and operated. From mouth-watering prime rib to delectable ice cream pie, Nick's has it all. Their cozy atmosphere and great service will make you feel right at home. Plus, their banquet space is perfect for any event. Visit them at 895 South Jefferson Avenue or online at nickscookville.com. Nick's Restaurant is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
a buzz in the air, and people come from everywhere to hear the auctioneer cry. The sound of the gavel never gets old when you hear DJ say so. Live or online, we handle auctions of any kind.
Call Aminette's Eagle Auction at 526-5335, where we soar higher.
Turfmasters Landscape Management has been serving the Upper Cumberland since 1996. They offer a variety of services, including lawn maintenance, landscape design and installation, landscape lighting, irrigation systems, and more. For more information, contact Matt Wilson at 931-261-1587 today. Turfmasters Landscape Management is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. The Real Estate Collective Land and Farm Team represents a dedicated group of individuals possessing a wealth of expertise in land and farm sales. They possess a range of resources at their disposal, all aimed at showcasing the innate qualities of each property. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective Land and Farm Team is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future. It's what we do. Mayberry's Furniture has been family-owned and operated since 1946 and is now serving the Upper Cumberland with locations in both Crossville and Cookville, offering the largest array of solid wood furniture and mattresses in the area. They also provide a best price guarantee and in-house service and delivery. Stop into their 15,000 square foot showroom at 1020 South Willow Avenue in Cookville to see their selection of Amish solid wood, flex steel, Tempur-Pedic, Sealy Posturepedic, and much more today. Mayberry's Furniture is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the high school football game of the week on the UCR Media Network. Tee Up is the Upper Cumberland's best indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art golf simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. Want to know where you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. They also have plenty of other games to enjoy time with friends. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teeupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Modern Roofing Group is an Owens Corning preferred contractor, and they're proud to bring that reputation and recognition to the Upper Cumberland. Their customer service and craftsmanship are second to none. Get comfort that your roof will stand up to the storms by calling 931-400-8788 and get an estimate on a new roof today. That's 931-400-8788. 100% financing is available. Modern Roofing Group is proud to stand behind their work with a 10-year workmanship guarantee. Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate quality care for all patients from local people you can trust, so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine Team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR.
At the Quality Family, we believe care isn't just a service, it's a promise.
Whether you're bouncing back from surgery, navigating a serious illness, or need essential equipment to stay independent,
we provide skilled home health, compassionate hospice, and reliable DME services right where you need them most. At home.
Covering communities in Kentucky and Tennessee, we're in your corner.
The Quality Family. Trusted care right where life happens.
It's time for the Happy Hiller halftime show. Visit happyhiller.com to see how our friends at Hiller can help solve your plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical problems today. That's happyhiller.com. At the break, all tied up. Marion County and Gordonsville, 14 apiece. Been a fun game. We'll talk more about that as we move through the halftime show here. But first, some very interesting scoreboards around the state. Justin, let's get to the Turner Roofing scoreboard.
We've got a lot more games live now and a lot of games here at halftime. But start of the fourth quarter in East Tennessee, Meigs County trails Gatlinburg-Pittman 28-16. Greenville with a commanding 21-14 lead there over Anderson County. Lincoln County up 24-14 with 6.5 to go there against Sevier County, defending 5A state champs, maybe going home. 14-14, all locked up between Knox Halls and Knox Central. Shocker right here to me. Blackman up 21-7 on Maryville.
Wow.
Eagleton,
If Blackman wins that game and Oakland wins against Green Hill, which is tied up at halftime right now, you'd have Blackman-Oakland in the semis.
In the borough.
And Murfreesboro may burn down. That would be unbelievable.
Be a great game to be at.
Hey, you ain't kidding.
Eagleton Academy up 10-7 over Bledsoe County. Right here, Gordonsville and Marion County, 14-14. We know that. Green Hill, Oakland, knotted up 7-7. Alcoa rolling Red Bank right now, 38-13. Coalfield, that score's not even on here anymore. It's so bad. But they were up like 40-0 at one point.
Against
Sale Creek.
Yeah, that's a lot to a little tonight.
Clay County.
Sale Creek, by the way, having a historic season.
Great season for them,
no doubt,
absolutely.
No doubt about that.
Clay County at halftime against South Pitt, trailing 21-0, and then Tyner Academy up 20-13 there on Giles County. Middle College in Fayetteville tied up at 14. Pearl Cone leading 13-0 there over Marshall County. Beach 14, Page 7. McKenzie and Richland tied up at 14 there at halftime. Southwind up 21-0 late in the second quarter over Collierville. Covington up 21-7 on Dyersburg. Centennial up 10, 31-21 over Henry County. East Robertson trailing Huntington 21-10 there at halftime. East Nashville tied up 14-14 against Milan. Springfield 0, South Gibson 0. I was actually talking to Derek
That's
Carr.
a very interesting game. Springfield, South Gibson.
Yep.
4A, as Coach K knows, it's much better to be on the West than in the East this year, but Springfield, Pearl Cone, and in somebody trying to kind of emerge, see if they can challenge those two this week. We'll see if South Gibson can be that team.
Well, and I talked to Derek Carr, the head coach there at Lexington in West Tennessee, and I told him I thought because Springfield put them out last week, and I said, hey, I think Springfield's going to beat – it'll be Springfield and Pearl there in the semis. And he said, hey, South Gibson will give them something.
And Coach can attest to this. 4A was going to be unbelievable this year without Alcoa. You add Alcoa into the mix, it is just maybe – when you look at 1 through 8, the strongest of all the classifications this year.
Yeah, it is definitely rough, especially the east side of that bracket.
There was no layup to have in round 2 last week, let alone in round 3.
Westview rolling 29-6 right now over Melrose.
Hey, by the way, listen, our friends at Melrose, they love us after the Macon County Championship game last year. I tried to tell them. They were doing the same thing they were doing. They never had a chance against Simpson and company. There was never a moment that was going to be a game. But if you look on social media, it's all Melrose fans talking about how they're going to win 3A this year. No shot. Season over. That's it.
I do have a gripe, and because I know there's no Melrose people watching this, but if there was, I'd say it anyway. They had all these dudes, right, that wore these gold cleats for the game that were claimed, what were they, 4-3 guys?
4-4
guys?
You run a 4-4, you get
I've
gold
seen
cleats.
a 4-4 in real life. I didn't see a 4-4 in that championship game last year, but if there was one, they played for Macon County and the two Borders guys, so I'm just throwing that out there. But there were no 4-4s on that field. I'm just, for the record. All right, Ravenwood up 7-6 there on Whitehaven. McCauley.
Ooh.
Well, this one hasn't updated.
Yep.
I'm going to take Coach Kane's word here. 28-35. Baylor up there late third quarter, maybe early fourth. BGA up 42-3 on Boyd Buchanan. USJ over Providence Christian right now, 17-0. Los Ain trailing 14-7.
Say that one more time.
Los Ain. That's what I'm going with.
That's
Los
not
Ain.
even Lausanne.
Lausanne.
It's like
Lausanne.
It's like Jeremy. We're Miss Jeremy this week. This is usually his segment.
Chucky Doak.
That one's fine. Unaka. He always calls it wrong.
So it's like
Unaka.
I need to hit
back
it
and forth.
like Cajun Lausanne.
There you go.
All right, Lausanne.
I don't even know what you said.
Well, they're down.
It was way
I said
wrong.
Lausanne.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because, okay, for those at home, it's Lausanne. Well, that's "and" at the end of that word. So
Lausanne. There you go.
All right. Well, they're trailing 14-7 to the FRA. All right. Nashville Christian up 27-7 on Trinity Christian.
And Jerry Curtis playing against Single A in Division II is ridiculous. The guy's going to be playing at Georgia next year, and he's not playing against Single A teams.
Maybe
Actually,
Vandy.
yeah, I think he
Vandy's,
decommitted. He's decommitted for the second or third time to Georgia.
I don't know why he would make that grave mistake for his future career to go to Vanderbilt. But
you know, I'm gonna rabbit hole here since we got 7 minutes.
Welcome to the Happy Hiller halftime show.
It is like, and this is a great Coach Watson Brown story that I coached for at Tech for 4 or 5 years, and in the heyday of Alabama football, where he was committed to Bear Bryant, he decides to decommit and go to Vandy. Well, Coach Brown's dad made him drive down to Tuscaloosa to tell Coach Bryant to his face. So fast forward a couple years, Watson is the quarterback there at Vandy playing Alabama. And he said Bears just kind of leaned up against the field goal post before the game, and he walks by him as Coach Brown's throwing, and he said, "You couldn't throw in high school, you can't throw today, and you'll never be able to throw." And I can't say exactly what Coach Brown said, but they went out and beat their butt. And before this joker Pavia, that was the last Vanderbilt quarterback to beat Alabama, was Watson Brown of the Upper Cumberland, Cookville High School legend.
There you go.
And that's all of our scores, I think. We have some girls basketball
Let's
scores.
look around the Turner Roofing scoreboard. The one final, Cookville in overtime gets revenge. They knock off Bartlett tonight, 52-47 for the Lady Cavs. Let's make no bones about it. That puts them in the state championship conversation. Yeah. Bartlett, Bradley Central, Susquehanna Field's very good. Cookville now in the discussion. A huge win for them. We'll see them tomorrow on the Smith County Play Day as we broadcast every game featuring an Upper Cumberland team. 7 games, noon till about 9:30. Jacob's going to be there first 3. I'm going to call Tech UT Martin. Go down straight from there to Carthage to call a few more games. We'll have games in the middle school, games in the high school. Complete coverage of the Upper Cumberland teams there. We're here tonight. Tomorrow, by the end of tomorrow, be 18 broadcasts across the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network this week.
Well, it's something we talked about earlier. You're talking about the Cookville Lady Cavs basketball team. They've been to Murfreesboro quite a bit the last few years, and they've just never been able to punch through that ceiling. Getting back with that group.
Getting back with a group. Big opportunity this year for Greg Bibb and the Gordonsville Tigers as they try to wrap back around after a year away and get back to this Class Single A state tournament. They're led by a couple of these players out here tonight, mainly Jay Foster at that point guard spot. Be big for him. But 18 broadcasts, that's why the area is leader in high school sports coverage. We're going to keep doing it. And then we have more next week starting on Monday afternoon. The play days start. So tomorrow, here's the slate of games. Tech against UT Martin in the OVC Big South Championship game, noon on 106.1 The Eagle. Then from the Smith County basketball play day, Bartlett against the Stone Memorial girls, Huntington versus Pickett County girls, Cookville versus Mount Juliet girls, Smith County versus Huntington girls, Pickett County versus Mount Juliet boys, and Smith County versus Cookville boys. Then on Monday, Upperman versus Stewart's Creek girls at 1:30. That's a tournament that could see Upperman play Blackmen in the championship game on the girls' side, and Upperman against the Webb boys at 3 o'clock. If Gordonsville wins this game tonight, we will be with them in their semifinal matchup next week at either Bledsoe County or Eagleton Academy. Obviously, if they lose and Clay County lose.
Where is Eagleton?
Maryville. Eagleton Academy is in Maryville. So not too bad of a drive to either place for the UCR guys. Obviously, football coming to a close. Hopefully 2 more weeks to go for Upper Cumberland teams.
And Bledsoe's like fringe Upper Cumberland. You know, it's like kind of close,
extra
kind of
fringe.
not. Yeah, it's out there.
Pikeville's down there.
Yeah.
But we'll be there for all the action.
For sure.
If we can get there. Once again, a shout-out to Hallie, who couldn't make it tonight. She has some school obligations at MTSU. Coach Dodgen feeling a little under the weather. They got a big one tomorrow against Farragut as well. They'll be back with us. Jeremy, it's Easton Tollison's birthday. Big happy 13th to Easton. I don't know what he's doing. He's not catching the field goals tonight like he usually is.
I think I witnessed maybe something for the last time in young Easton's life. So last Friday night after the Upperman game, me and my dad and Jeremy and Easton, we go to Waffle House together. And
that invite was awesome. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Well, you were hanging around the press box and we skedaddled.
Thank you. I appreciate the invite. Yes.
So Easton orders a chocolate chip waffle, and Jeremy cut it up for me. I don't think nothing of it. I cut stuff up for my kids. That's just what it is. But Jeremy looks and he goes, that may be the last time I ever cut Easton's waffle, because I told him, son, when you turn 13, I'm not cutting that waffler for you no more. So
he's going to love you telling this story live to thousands of people across the airways. When we come back, we'll finish up the Happy Hiller halftime show, recap the first half, preview the second, get to all the action. Trip to the semis very much up in the air tonight in Jasper. 14-14. Marion County and Gordonsville tied up on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and get your vehicle serviced by their highly trained professionals. Right now, you can save money on oil changes, regular maintenance, and battery installation. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this 3-bed, 2-bathroom home in the desirable Poplar Point subdivision in Rickman. This home sits on just under an acre with a 2-car garage and over 1,500 square feet of living space. It's the perfect blend of comfort and convenience. For more information, visit ChadandAmyCrouch.com or call 931-979-1191. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Legacy House is right here in the heart of Smithville. It's more than a boutique. It's a family story woven into every thread. I'm Amy Allen, and I started this place with my 3 beautiful daughters. We offer timeless pieces that feel both classic and bold. From rich textured clothing to one-of-a-kind accessories. This shop has a perfect mix of heritage with a modern edge. So come on down. You'll find more than just fashion. You'll find a place where legacy and style meet.
Located at 104 West Walnut Street in Smithville. Stop by and see their selection Tuesday through Saturday. Legacy House is proud to be an all-inclusive sponsor of UCR.
Hey guys, it's Jason Fye, General Manager of the Watson Chevrolet. You're watching the high school football game of the week on the Watson Chevrolet UCR Media Network.
The teams have retaken the field and are undergoing the mandatory 3-minute warm-up period. Coverage of tonight's game presented by Mayberry's Furniture. Guys, very interesting game. Marion County comes out. They go up 14-0. Feels like they could be rolling towards a convincing win. And then Gordonsville. They converted on a 3rd and 3 with a run up the middle. Next play, Jay Foster to Camrick Stott. Big play down the field. And since that moment, Gordonsville took the momentum back. All tied up at 14. The Warriors get the ball to start this second half, and anything can happen in this second half.
You said it. It was that 3rd and 3 play that they picked up there that really got things going for them as Spurlock just absolutely trucked the guy at the first down marker. And that was like the paddle boards on somebody's chest to just get them back going. And then from them, we've had a ball game. It's been a 50-50 shot. Coach Kane talked about it, I don't know, off air, on air, but who can get that energy back here to start this second half? Whoever gets it first is going to have a leg up in a 14-14 tie.
Yeah, this is going to sound crazy, but when we practice, I try to build in 4 water breaks in each practice. Kind of like first quarter, break, second quarter, break, third quarter. And they're not 20 minutes long. They're not 15 minutes long, but they're nonetheless, it's a break. But when you go in, and I believe this halftime was a 20-minute deal, and you've expended a lot of energy, you've played with a lot of emotion, there was swings, it's not easy to come back out here. You got to really, really work to get that energy, focus, all that back up. to compete at this level. The team that manages that whole deal the best, and then again makes their adjustments, is going to throw the first punch here. But I expect, guys, just like we saw in the first half, I expect a big punch to be thrown and then a counter punch. These look like two pretty even teams.
It's the Class 2A quarterfinal matchup. Winner gets the winner of Bledsoe County and Eagleton Academy next Friday night for the right to go to the state championship game. We're in the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing broadcast booth. I'm Noah McKay, that's Justin Matheny, Coach Kane, the lovely Massey McKay producing things for us.
Did you hear your train horns? They brought them for you.
Oh, I've already talked about the godforsaken train horns. I'll talk more. We should ban train horns forever. Hey, great crowd on hand. How about the crowd Gordonsville has brought, guys? It is packed on that other side, and that is a wide grandstand for 2A football. The jungle has brought it. Marion County's fans here beneath us, and both eager to make a lot of noise, but there's some uneasiness. Season's on the line, some high school careers on the line. It gets a little bit intense. Whoever can play the most relaxing, play their game, going to have a great chance to advance to the Final Four.
I'm going to jump back up on this soapbox since he's standing right here beside me. I'd do it if he wasn't here. This is a 2A facility. This is nicer than the facility that Coach Kane coaches out in Baxter, and this is 2A football, and he's 4A, and he's one of the state championship games. I mean, I don't know what semifinal. I don't know what we're doing here. We got to get that thing up to par. Get him a field. Get him turf. They play in a swamp. Get some turf out there so it's not a problem. Fix the grandstands. Better locker room. The whole thing.
Press box.
Press box. Yes. Press box would be great for us because I'm bougie. I hate being cold.
Hey, there's a heater in there now.
Finally.
Marion County in all black see, you got me talking about. Gordonsville in all white.
I learned a long time ago to
plead the fifth.
Focus on the things that you can control. And that's what I'm going to continue to do.
Something else that's on the line tonight, the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. Stick around post-game for that during the Weichert Realtors post-game show. Not sure what the stoppage is for here, guys. There was some administration issue. The official was talking to somebody with a headset. Now he's walking back over. Really no clue what this could be about here.
Jeremy, what's going on? Clock issue? Jump in the comments and tell us here.
And this kind of makes that whole process of coming off halftime even makes it even worse. And again, it's a lot of these games are who manages all this stuff the best. What coaching staff, what players. Gordonsville went into half with the momentum. Let's see if they can continue that coming back out.
Really no clue what this stoppage is about, but nobody seems eager to get back to action. One thing we haven't got to talk about yet here in the opening kickoff, the kickoff unit. We've seen Gordonsville try to kick it out of bounds a couple of times unsuccessfully, or keep it inbounds. It's gone out of bounds. Marion County's made them re-kick. Really not sure what this stoppage is about here, guys, and everyone's just kind of looking around.
Well, to kind of continue your little spiel on Baxter football facility, this is usually where the clock goes out, the scoreboard goes out.
Well,
so this is normal for me.
You jinxed it, Justin, because Goose is down there. He said if he just heard correctly, the holdup is putting some sand in a hole by the end zone. So somewhere, and it may be right where those officials are standing, on the right side, there's a hole in the ground, and so I think they want to get that plugged up for safety. But that is why we have this long stoppage.
Well, back to the football game, though. Like you said, we saw them kick a couple out of bounds, and then they just went to a squib. I think that's where I'm going because the Pooch, they're not catching it, and that you're just getting to where you're having to kick from further and further back. The squib, as we saw, they didn't field it cleanly. So if I'm coaching on that other sideline, I'm squibbing this one maybe at somebody and see if I can steal a possession here in the second half when possessions are going to be at a premium with how much these teams run the ball.
The chess match is certainly on in this one. These two coaches, Steven Jackson in his fourth season, 35-14. He, of course, was an assistant at Oakland, now doing a great job in Gordonsville. And for him, his alma mater, and able to get him to the quarters once, fell at Clay County trying to get to the semis for the first time in his tenure. Tim Starkey in his fourth season, he's done a great job, 40-9, obviously won the state championship last year, 5-5 in his first year. They built it ever since, and now we have some dirt going to make its way out there.
Eventually.
Listen, we don't get many firsts with how many broadcasts we do, I've not seen this one. This is a first.
You were talking about a second ago, though, the history here of Gordonsville in that quarterfinal game in Clay County. That is the coldest I have ever been broadcasting a game.
I was at Lambeau the night before, which is the day the Titans franchise died. They won that game, and I don't think they've won a game since. I swear, it was snowing at Lambeau Field. It was colder in Salina the next night on those bleachers.
It was brutal.
Than it was at Lambeau Field the night before.
Y'all obviously weren't at Elizabethton in 2021.
Oh, we were there.
We were there. Yeah, it was cold.
I'll give a little shot. I think it was a little colder down on the sidelines for you guys because it didn't go great. It didn't go great. We had some heat in the press box there.
Noah was up there with myself, my dad and brother. Jeremy was there in Columbus last year, and that was pretty darn cold.
That was cold, and then it got real hot real quick. And
I had some liquid in me.
Almost went to jail, and Justin.
Me and Noah about it. Hey, surprisingly, I kept Noah from fighting. Usually he's the one holding on to me.
Well, I was defending Justin's dad. If it would,
I didn't hear it. Had I heard what happened,
it would have
probably been.
Yeah, it would have been.
It would have probably been the other way around.
We're ready to play now as they cue up that Tennessee Vols music, which means Tim Banks is about to give up a long touchdown. 14-14 our score. 2 quarters to decide who's moving on to the state semifinals in Class 2A. Gordonsville, Marion County in an absolute dog fight tonight here in Jasper. Kaylee's watching. She was on the sideline in that Elizabethton game. She agrees with Coach.
Pretty
Kemp on to kick it, and how will he kick this one away? He'll boot it left to right, jogs up, and he goes with the more standard pooch kick. Fielded cleanly at the 25-yard line, trying to set up a return. Wiggling for a little bit to about the 37. And that is where this Marion County offense, trying to regain the form they had in the first quarter where they raced out to a 14-0 lead, will take back over.
And I think I'm not going to say just head and shoulders obvious here, but Zayden Humphrey's the best player on the field tonight. What can he do to get this offense jump-started here? Because they went 14 rip, and then they've not scored since.
Humphrey leads his troops out here. 1st and 10 from their own 38-yard line. He's got 3 receivers bunched out to the left, in tight in the shotgun here. Humphrey takes the snap. Going to give, he keeps it himself, trying to get up the middle. He breaks a tackle. Humphrey still on his feet. Watch out to the 50, 45-40, foot race, 35-30, 25-20. Zayden Humphrey, touchdown, Marion County. Justin called it, and it's Zayden Humphrey to the house, a haymaker for the reigning champs.
Yeah, and what they did, they went that tight bunch over here to the wide side of the field, and all the action came this way, and he kept it out the backside. They just had him outnumbered. He made the one-man miss in the hole and was out.
And wasn't the receiver over here, too?
Yes, sir.
I think it was unbalanced, and nobody over there.
Yep.
And he made one or two miss. Wow.
Breakaway speed for Zayden Humphrey as well. Elijah Barnett on for the extra point. About 20 seconds in, Marion County regains the advantage. PATs could be huge. Snap is good. Hold is down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 21-14 Warriors. They needed the answer. They come out of halftime with new energy.
Yeah, I mean, and that's deflating across the sideline because you have fought your way back in this game to tie it up. And the first offensive play of the second half, you give up a huge explosive, almost a 60-yard touchdown. You got to start it back, though. You got to get it back going. Do what you do. Settle in here.
Yeah, really smart on the Marion side, though. Putting the ball in his hands. Kind of got him isolated over there. And, kid made a play. So now we got to see the response.
The junior quarterback is electric. We told you about him pregame. You've seen it in spurts with the elusiveness. But that was breakaway speed on a tremendous fake. Just waited, pulled it, and then made a couple of men miss and was gone. Warriors with a 7-point lead here on their home field. They're the type of squad guys that can just pour it on you when it's rolling downhill. Gordonsville will try to stop that in a hurry. A lot easier said than done. Kicking it on here for the Warriors. 3 different return men standing around the 15-yard line for Gordonsville. There'll be an opportunity here. Under it, catch is made at the 15, to the 20, to the 25, and swallowed up right there. Nothing doing on the return. Kick coverage back for the Warriors. It'll be 1st and 10 for Jay Foster and company.
And we talked about it in the first half, too. Outside of the explosives, the normal offense here for Gordonsville is tough. The yards are hard to come by. So it's important here on first downs to pick up 3 and 4 and stay ahead of these chains.
Yeah, and I think his passing game there was in the first half was where he, got going. I'd go back to that.
The touchdown for Zayden Humphrey gives the team from Jasper a 7-point lead. Gordonsville looking for an answer up the middle, cutting through traffic, and now being pinballed down is Turner Booker. Gain of a couple, actually a pretty sizable gain given the space of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, and really good cutback, patient running there for Booker just to put his foot in the ground as soon as he could. Pretty generous spot, like you said.
2nd down and 7 on the 27-yard line, Gordonsville. These are two teams that do it in opposite ways sometimes. They go on longer, sustained drives. You see the quick strike from Marion County. Foster takes the shotgun snap, play fake, going to fire to the outside, finds Stott. Stott having a big game so far at the 30. He'll be wrapped up and down at the 34.
Good
3rd and a yard upcoming here.
Good open field tackle right there.
That's exactly what took the words right out of my mouth. As a one-on-one play, he made it. But I still think some of this outside pass game where they're putting 8 in a box and manning everybody up, playing a little soft, there may be something there for Gordonsville the rest of the night.
Camrick Stott's really having a strong game so far. He has a touchdown. He has that catch. 3rd and a yard, and the Jasper faithful on their feet here at Marion County. Foster breaks the huddle. You got Booker in the backfield with him. Wondered if it'd be Skurlock. It's not. Snap taken. Going to give to him. Nowhere to run, but making something happen. Turner Booker just weaves through and gets enough for a Gary Maxwell Insurance first down.
Coach, that's when you're on the sideline that your stomach drops on when that ball snapped, because Marion County had people in the backfield. As soon as that was snapped, he was just able to find a crease and get forward for what he needed.
Yeah, a lot of penetration by Marion. It looks, credit to the Gordonsville backs. They are very patient tonight.
1st and 10 here as Gordonsville's bleeding this clock down. 9:48 to go in the 3rd quarter, a 21-14 game. It's been a punch, counter-punch type of ball game. Foster takes the shotgun snap. Going to give again to Booker. Booker over to the left side. He gets in between the tackles, and now there's the pile up being pushed backwards, and now it'll be finished off. The Gordonsville fans will want an extra 15. They're not going to get it, but Booker able to get to the 41. It's a gain of 4.
And, Coach, both of these offenses are kind of living in some of this unbalanced stuff, like you said before halftime, just trying to create an extra gap, and there's something there for both of them.
Yeah, create an extra gap, make them think a little bit, are they getting the right check, this, that, and the other. I'm surprised they let those plays like that go so long without blowing the whistle. There's just a lot of crazy stuff that can happen.
2nd and 6 here from the 41. Gordonsville working left to right. Motion man across. Now he retreats. Snap taken. Handoff to Booker. Booker behind the motion man, weaving forward. And Turner Booker has another. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate first down. The sophomore tailback Booker moving it. That's 12 yards on the last 2 carries. And nearing midfield are the Tigers.
And just really good patient running there from Booker, letting that counter set up, letting that guard pull back around, that receiver, that motion back too, just letting them get set up and him picking the hole and hitting it.
Yeah, it looks like they found something. It looks like they're identifying who to block a little better this half. And like you said, the ball carriers are doing a good job.
Brooke Stafford with a great block on that one as he worked over left side. Now they'll motion a man across the set again for the Tigers. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Motion a man, snap taken, handoff this time Skurlock. Skurlock with a hold to rumble through. There he goes. Skurlock past the 40 and down to the 36-yard line. A Gary Maxwell Insurance first down on a run of 15. This time it's Lee Skurlock out and running.
And that split zone action with that motion guy kicking out the end, that's where the back, where Skurlock hit it all the way back under the kick out. Yeah. Just, again, good patient running, finding that hole.
Yeah, and the tight end trade and the motion got them what they wanted. Good play call.
1st and 10 from the 36-yard line, and you can see some hands on hips right now. 2A football, a lot of guys going both ways, although these two teams have great numbers, but the key guys play both directions, and they're giving it their all. Motion man across the set here again for the Tigers. Snap taken. Again, going to run to Skurlock. Right up the middle this time. Skurlock spinning forward. Will not be denied. Inside the 30 to the 26. Lee Skurlock rumbles forward. It'll be 2nd and short.
Really good 2nd and 3rd effort there from Skurlock, running behind his pads, keeping those legs moving.
He is a playoff running back right there, just falling forward, running hard, extra effort. They're blocking a little better this half.
2nd down and a yard here. It was a quick strike for Marion County. It's a methodical drive for Gordonsville, and now they're going to go under center with Jay Foster. Foster looks over. 7 on the play clock. Now takes the snap. Going to give to the back up the middle. This time he bounces to the outside, one-on-one, and he'll just drive into the defender. Turning around is J.P. Harris. They needed a yard. He gets 5. It's a Gary Maxwell Insurance first down.
Yeah, and that one was meant to go inside, really right up the back of the center, and he bounces it around the left end here to pick up 5.
Yeah, he's found something that he likes with the tight end trade. I noticed Marion's running a guy over there, and there's a lot of
confusion.
There's a lot. There's some open gaps over there on the other side that he found on that play.
6:25 to go. This drive has taken half the quarter off the clock, and it's to the 22-yard line. Under center again goes Jay Foster. Foster takes the snap, going to hand to Skurlock. Skurlock around the right side, this time very well defended for Marion County. Holds it to just 2 yards, wrapped up and dropped. First one in there is number 14, Christopher Tutters, the senior linebacker. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
And really the best defense for Gordonsville right now is their offense, taking a bunch of time off this clock and keeping the ball out of Humphrey's hands.
2nd down and 8 as the Tigers huddle up, and they are absolutely bleeding the clock. This quarter is going to move by in a hurry. Over 1,500 devices between Facebook and YouTube right now. We welcome you in. 2nd down and 7. Under center Foster. He's going to give around the left side, trying to find the edge with a blocker in front, stretched out and dropped. The Warriors defense with just tremendous discipline on that play. Nowhere for Turner Booker to go. No gain. It's 3rd and 8.
And coach there for Marion County, they strung that one out as far as they could. Running back eventually has to turn upfield, and he had nowhere to go. Really good open field tackle as well.
3rd and 8. 4-down territory here for the Tigers, so they don't need all of it as we near 5 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter. And now we have a whistle and a stoppage, a timeout going to be called here by Coach Starkey. And he's not happy with something with the lines judge as he's having a word there. Big moments here. And Coach Kane, I just mentioned 4-down territory. Yeah. You could keep it on the ground here on 3rd and 8 knowing you got 2 downs to get it.
Yeah, and to kind of talk about what Justin said about the last play, conventional wisdom against a team that's faster than you are, you don't really want to run it wide like that. But if you block it up well, it can be a good play because they overrun. That time they just didn't get to the guy they needed to get to. 3rd and 8, 7-point game. Like you said, the clock is winding down. I would imagine he's got 2 play calls coming here.
2 play calls, and I'm really thinking, and you said it right there before halftime, don't forget about the pass game right here. They are loaded up to stop the run. They're putting 8 in the box every play, and they're playing soft. Might be able to pick up some cheap free yards here and get it to 4th and short or pick up the 1st.
With his quarterback, that off coverage ought to be something he attacks.
Yep. Foster going to go back into the shotgun here. This is what was working earlier on. 2 to the right here for him. Out of the timeout, 3rd and 8.
He's 10 yards off right there.
And now a little hard count. Don't quite get him. Foster takes the snap, going to give to the back up the middle. Booker popped and dropped. Spins forward for a couple. It's 4th down and 6 in a pivotal moment, not just in this game, but in this season upcoming here. Offense going to stay out there for Gordonsville.
Well, and here you think you almost have to throw this one where that element of surprise is kind of gone. They're going to be expecting it. They might tighten that coverage up just a little bit. And you were saying the safety's 10 yards off. I know that Zayden Humphrey, all right, he can he can close, but you can turn around and get 5 pretty quick.
4th and 6 as we go under 4.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Warriors leading by 7. Their crowd trying to spur them to a stop. Foster has the shotgun snap play fake. He'll roll to his right. Man in his face, eyes downfield. Fires a fastball, tipped it incomplete. Broken up, incomplete. Knocked out by the secondary for the Warriors, who bends but doesn't break. And Marion County regains possession with the lead.
That was a great individual effort there by the Marion County defensive player because Brooks Stafford was wide open. I thought he was going to walk into the end zone on that one, and he just laid out and put one on the ground.
First and 10, Marion County, because of how long that drive took, could throw a significant punch with a score on this drive as they take back over.
And that's important here because we've seen it for Gordonsville. They need a lot of time on the clock to score. They're not going to score. Well, the first touchdown wasn't explosive from around midfield, but the other one, it just
they're not
going up a ton of clock.
Less likely to score if you know
Absolutely.
they have to take the shots deep downfield. Two backs in the backfield here was Aiden Humphrey. Humphrey takes the shotgun snap, going to give to the back. He's hit immediately and dropped. Got maybe a yard. It'll be second and 9.
I think I agree with what y'all are saying, but you got to be careful, Coach Jackson. You can't feel like this down is the game. You got to play the long game with it. You got to try to get a stop. You got to get back to doing what you were doing well, and try to get some points on the board eventually. But you can't panic at this point.
Second and 8 here as they gave a gain of 2 on the carry. 2 to the left here for Humphrey. Now he'll motion that orbit motion we saw earlier. Now slamming the brakes is the wide receiver who retreats. That's Tim Starkey. And now, snap taken. Humphrey going to keep it himself over the right side. He has an advantage there. Wiggling through traffic. Humphrey darts out of bounds. Not before another first down for Marion County.
Coach, let me ask you this, because you had a guy like that at your quarterback spot this year. Do you find yourself – it gets hard not to just call plays for him over and over and over when you know he's the best player on the field?
Yeah, it is. It is. And, he did a fantastic job for us this year, being able to handle all that stuff. But, yeah, we had enough kids we had to kind of spread that ball around this year.
Zayden Humphrey, after that first down run. Gordonsville, a little miscommunication, trying to get organized. Jamario Williams calling for some help as they'll hand off left side, breaking one tackle, and then Williams will make the stop as Ashton Martin dives forward. Great first down run of 7. It's second and 3 as we near 3 minutes to play here in the third quarter.
Well, I know Martin picked up 7 there, and they're ahead of the sticks, but if you're Gordonsville, you're breathing a sigh of relief every time that Humphreys does not keep that thing.
Yeah, I always notice who the aggressive team is, and right now it's Marion. They look like they got the foot on the gas. See if Gordonsville can respond.
Humphrey going to be in the backfield. He'll have one receiver split out each direction. Motions a man behind him. Takes the snap. Going to give to another back, this time pushing forward. Big pile up, still moving forward. It was 2 on 6, and Marion County wins the fight. Mason Mays pushes forward for a Warriors first down.
And this just feels like the first quarter all over again where Marion was coming out on fire, had more lead in their pencil, and they really just stuck it to Gordonsville there in the first. And then Gordonsville had the answer here in the second. They've got to find a way to stop this bleeding here around midfield.
First and 10 from the 49 here for Marion County. 2:20 to go in the third quarter, leading by 7 here in this quarterfinal round matchup. 2 teams trying to get to the Final Four. 2 teams that legitimately could win state championships this season if they get through this game. Trips bunched out to the left side here for Zayden Humphrey. Humphrey calls for, has the snap. He's going to give to the back this time around left side. Breaks one tackle, and now he's blasted. A host of Tigers in there defensively as Mason Mays really had nowhere to go.
Flag.
And now we have a late flag in. I did not see it, but a Warrior has his helmet off. This one, I believe, may go against the Tigers with that information. Unless they have a offsetting, but I wasn't watching.
Is it me or I've seen a lot of helmets come off in this game?
It's a good point. There have been a ton.
Usually that's a send you off the field type of deal.
This is interesting what this call is going to be. Of course, I didn't see it, so personal foul, face mask on Gordonsville. So it was a loss of a yard on the run, but the extracurriculars leads to a first down for Marion County, and now they're driving down to the Gordonsville 37.
And that's tough there for Gordonsville because you finally had them behind the sticks at 2nd and 11, kind of getting this stop, some of this going on, and then the penalty just gives them a first down here right at 37.
Self-inflicted wounds.
2 out to the right here in the gun. Snap taken. Humphrey going to give to the back. Mays breaks through the first line of defense and now will be pushed down inside the 30 to the 26-yard line. And they'll say it is enough for a Warrior first down.
So I don't know if you notice the end now is sitting and waiting on the quarterback, which is opening up that inside run for them. So that's an adjustment they had to make, and I get it.
And that Humphreys, though, he's good enough to keep that thing and make you wrong anyway.
Yeah.
But if I'm in their shoes, I'm doing whatever I got to do to make him hand that ball off every play.
1st and 10. One receiver split out each way for Humphrey, nearing 1 minute to play in the third quarter. Marion County looking for a haymaker. Humphrey takes the snap, going to keep it around right side, hitting the backfield, breaks one tackle, and now could have been down in the backfield. Zayden Humphrey's too strong, though. He uses his balance to get forward for a couple. It'll be 2nd and 8. Very easily could have been 2nd and 11, but this could be an issue. He's getting stretched out. Okay, Humphrey down after being tripped up in the sportsmanship. One of the Tigers stretching him out. That's the universal sign for cramping with 48.6 seconds to go.
And if anyone deserves to be cramping out there, it's him.
doubt.
He is leaving it out there, that's for sure.
An uncharacteristically warm day. I mentioned it's in the 60s outside tonight.
You don't expect to be dealing with this on a quarterfinal game, but you're right. It's warm. It's warm, the emotions, the anxiety, where you're able to eat a full pregame meal, the whole deal. I mean, it's what creates this stuff.
Zayden Humphrey back onto his feet. Again, he's trying to get that leg stretched out. So we'll change it. He'll have to come off for at least a play. And obviously, if you're cramping, that can limit your running ability a little bit. The good news for Marion County, they still got Mason Mays, Ashton Martin, TJ Starkey, some other guys that can carry it. 2nd and 8 with 48.6 seconds to go in the third quarter here.
And that's something that people at home may not understand. Once that cramping starts, it's not stopping until tomorrow. You're not going to be able to get enough fluids in you right now.
It's like me at 3 in the morning out of nowhere, just cramping the rest of the night. Just brutal. We're the same level of athlete. 2 to the right, 2nd and 8 upcoming here. Snap taker, going to hand off to the back. He's hit immediately. Gordonsville pinning their ears back, breaking through the tackle to the 20, 15, 10, 5, out of nowhere. Touchdown, Marion County. Mason Mays was wrapped up at the line. He broke the tackle and wins the foot race for the touchdown.
And on top, to add insult to injury here, Zayden Humphreys was in no hurry to come back in. He was over here. They're still stretching him out. He's getting water. He wasn't coming in the next play, and that's tough.
Mason Mays with an unbelievable individual effort on that play to break the tackle and go to the end zone. And for the second time, Marion County leads by 2 touchdowns. Kicking unit on here, Barnett. He's 3 for 3, and now he's 4 for 4. 32 seconds to go in the third quarter. Marion County trying to put it away of the 28-14 lead.
Well, the good news is I get to coach that kid in the East-West All-Star game, Mason Mays. So that was a heck of a run. They had him dead to rights, 2 or 3 guys there. Excellent individual effort by that kid.
They had him wrapped up. I mentioned they were pinning their ears back, just going after it, knew the run was coming. Defended it well, and Mays would not be denied as he scores. Does Gordonsville have another 14-point comeback left in them, or are the Warriors threatening to pull away and get back to the semis?
And then you gotta come back to that personal foul.
Yep.
2nd and 11 turns into 1st and 10.
And a touchdown.
Yeah, just a self-inflicted wound you can't do. Can't do it.
Those 3 returners go back deep to receive, and this time they're going to put Camrick Stott in the middle. Probably who they want to catch this and have a shot to line something up. And swag surfing on over the loudspeakers means the home crowd's feeling good right now.
They should be.
That's a run that helps you win playoff games right there. Spinning kick, going to be a tough one to field. It is fielded at about the 12-yard line by Cross. He's to the 20. Cross stutter steps past the 25, and now pile up arrives. Pardon me, that's not Cross. It's the other side from him. And stepping through was Cruz Fry again. He had a great tackle earlier. He's on the return to the 29. 1st and 10 here for the Tigers. And it is gut check time for the team out of Gordonsville, Tennessee. 3 timeouts remaining, down 14, 23 seconds to go in the third.
We talked earlier about the experience of they won it the year before. That was a run by a team that knows how to win these kind of games.
1st and 10 here for the Tigers. As they'll shift the set one more time, they move the tight end across. Snap taken, play fake. Foster fires it into the flat. Stott makes the catch. Stott in a foot race to the 30, to the 35, to the 40, to the 45, and down out of bounds. Camrick Stott out and running.
I think we've got a hold here, guys, on the edge.
We do have a flag on the opposite side of the field. Again, apologies. We're got a little bit of dirty windows in front of us, so if we miss them, but everybody backing up, think this one may be a hold like you said, Justin. Flag on the 40-yard line to be 10 yards from the spot. It is a hold against the Tigers. So from the 41, it's going to make it for an interesting 1st and 9 play here for Gordonsville.
But that's exactly the play that Gordonsville needed to get something jump-started here as we break and get ready to go to the 4th quarter. And they're just shooting themselves in the foot. Every time they have something positive, they're taking a step back.
I didn't see it. It looked like a good play call, good play design. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but, yeah, back-breaking penalty.
Foster breaks the huddle here. He's got Booker in the backfield with him. Sends Skurlock across. Foster rolls to his left. Fires off his back foot. Receiver's wide open. Makes the catch to the 45. Stutter steps to the 50. And it'll be wrestled down to the 45-yard line. Brooks Stafford. It's Jay Foster time for the Tigers. 3.8 seconds. That's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter on a Gary Maxwell Insurance 1st down. 1 quarter to go tonight in Jasper. It's the state quarterfinals. Marion County leads Gordonsville 28-14 in the high school football playoff game of the week. Presented by Mayberry's Furniture on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Mayberry's Furniture has been family-owned and operated since 1946 and is now serving the Upper Cumberland with locations in both Crossville and Cookville, offering the largest array of solid wood furniture and mattresses in the area. They also provide a best price guarantee and in-house service and delivery. Stop into their 15,000 square foot showroom at 1020 South Willow Avenue in Cookville to see their selection of Amish solid wood, flex steel, Tempur-Pedic, Sealy Posturepedic, and much more today. Mayberry's Furniture is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the high school football game of the week on the UCR Media Network. The Up is the Upper Cumberland's best indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art golf simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. Want to know where you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. They also have plenty of other games to enjoy.
Welcome back. Entering the 4th and final quarter. Gordonsville with the football trailing by 14. Quick hitter again to the outside, caught by Skurlock. Skurlock to the 40, 35-30. Skurlock down to the 24-yard line. Lee Skurlock having a great performance. Jay Foster moving it through the air right now. It's a quick Gary Maxwell Insurance 1st down. We're here in the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing broadcast booth. I'm Noah McKay. It's Justin Matheny, Coach Adam Kane, the lovely Madison McKay producing things. It's 1st and 10 here from the 24 for the Tigers.
And we're looking, Zayden Humphreys back out there on defense. So, honestly, if I'm Gordonsville, I'm trying to run him around as much as I can. I'm trying to get him on the ground as much when he's on defense to keep him cramping.
Booker in the backfield here with Foster, 1st and 10. A little bit of urgency here for the Tigers, down in a 2-score hole in the 4th quarter. Snap taken, going to give to Booker. He runs into the line. Now he bounces to the right side, now up the middle. Dives forward on a gain of about 5. It'll be 2nd and 5, 45 seconds into the 4th.
I mean, Coach, that is your typical 3 yards in a cloud of dust right there. There's 18 bodies piled up on top of each other in that mosh pit.
Yeah, the formations that he throws at you. I mean, it's hard for me to keep up with it up here in the booth and the motions and the whole deal.
They mark it as a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd and 6. And Humphrey, he is dealing with the cramps. He kind of gingerly jogs off the field. The good news is Mason Mays just had a beast mode run on the other side. Still weapons for Marion County. Gordonsville has a chance if they can score here. They go back under center on 2nd and 6. Foster takes the snap, turns and hands to Booker. Booker gets behind the blockers and then pushes through. This depends on the spot. They'll stop the clock, which means it is a Gary Maxwell Insurance. 1st down for the Tigers. They're in the Turner Roofing red zone on the 14.
And I know nobody from Marion County gives a rip what I think, but I'd keep Humphreys on the sideline here for the rest of this game on defense because he's the difference maker, the X factor in this game with the ball in his hands.
Totally agree.
1st and 10 here for the Tigers. 10:35 to go. Possessions at a premium tonight. Warriors with a 14-point lead on their home field. Foster going to go under center. 10 on the play clock. Jay Foster takes the snap, turns and hands off again. This time it's Skurlock. The Warriors defense ready for it, and they'll push him backwards. Maybe got 2, 2nd and 8 here. And for Marion County, anytime, even if they give up a score, that they can churn more time off the clock is a victory for them.
You said it, and here's what I'm thinking is this pass game's there. 2nd and 8, 2nd and 7 right here is a chance to take one. You might be able to score from this far out.
And he's getting some guys free and with the motions and the shifts. Yeah, I'd go to it here if I was him.
Booker in the backfield, 2nd down and 8.
Unbalanced.
They motion a man across the set again. He'll reverse. Now they'll toss it underneath to him. That's an incomplete pass. They're saying it's a free ball. He tossed it forward, but they're going to give it to Marion County.
You're right.
He underhand tossed it without question. That's what the Gordonsville sideline's saying. A flag is down for illegal shift, but there's no question, guys. Jay Foster tossed that ball forward. We'll see what the call is. It should be just a foul and an incomplete pass. I'm 100% sure of that. What will they call it, though, is a different question. There's no question that's what the call should be here.
Incomplete, for sure.
They'll say illegal procedure, declined, and they give the ball to Marion County.
Hey, that is as bad of a call as I've ever seen in high school football. Don't care who this crew is, where they're from. That is atrocious. Terrible call.
Two-hand underneath pass from Foster that they rule a fumble. And Coach Jackson's livid, and rightfully so about it. He should get – I mean, I'd get thrown out of the game.
I was about to say,
him.
You'd have to toss me out of here.
Because that is really poor.
You know, I remember last week we went into that game with a shovel pass. We never used it, but in the pregame meeting, they always asked, do you have any special plays that we need to know about? I made sure that he knew about it. I'm sure that's why Coach Jackson is upset, because he probably talked to him about it before the game.
Well, that's football 101, guys, and I don't really care who you're for. Two-hand forward shovel, and they give it to Marion County, and that is really poor.
And what's tough right here, Coach Jackson just burned a timeout where they're super crucial here just to talk to the official about it. I mean, that's just a tough break all the way around.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd get thrown out of the game. That's
bad.
That is unacceptably bad.
And they've thrown another flag here. They're going to tack on, I'm sure, 15.
And I don't blame anything. And it's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct on Gordonsville. I mean, it's unacceptable in a quarterfinal game to have a call like that, guys. It just is. And it'll be 1st and 10, though, for Marion County with 9:36 to go, now in good field position as well. That may be the worst call I've ever seen. And that's saying something.
That's bad.
That is really saying something.
I'm trying not to comment.
Oh, that's fine, Coach. Don't worry about it. That's wow.
My career's still alive.
1st and 10, Marion County. It doesn't.
That's the game.
It doesn't matter who you're for.
Yeah.
You know, even some of the Marion County fans commenting about it being not a good call. It's not about who you're for. Snap taken, handoff over the right side. Big hole rumbling through, and there they go. That's how quick it changes. A touchdown-saving tackle made in the secondary, as breaking through with a lot of speed was Jaden Frazier. It'll be 1st and 10, Marion County, who's looking to put it away.
I still got a 2-point conversion that I'm upset about from 2 years ago. So
right back on the ball. Marion County doing exactly what they should do, trying to jump on top of it with Gordonsville out of sorts. Snap taken. Going to hand off up the middle. The back rumbles into the teeth of the defense down to the 31. It's a gain of about 5.
And I do want to, and we got another flag. This is getting crazy.
I saw that. He did.
Yeah, this is extracurriculars, and now you're seeing some good leadership shown by Waylon Kennedy as he's talking right to his teammates saying you can't do that. Yes. There was been a lot of trash talk in this game. We mentioned he got chippy on social media. You're seeing that shine through. Gordonsville feeling a little bit cheated right now. Rightfully so on the last call. This is going to be half the distance to the goal on the personal foul, though, for Marion County.
I do want to point out here, the officials are not going to be why Gordonsville ultimately loses this game if they go on and do it. That was a really bad call in that instance. But Marion County here in the second half has come out here and poured it. I'm not trying to take anything away from them.
That's why it's totally separate from. who you're a fan of or not a fan of. That the call was a separate deal. Here's snap taken for Humphrey. The back puts his foot in the ground and then will be slung backwards. Positive gain about 5 yards for Ashton Richardson.
Again, I hate to keep bringing it up, but you're dealing with a team that has the championship pedigree. It's a lot of managing emotions and momentum shifts. I mean, the whole thing. And right now, this whole second half, they've done it better.
Second down and 5. Well, another coach, Derwin Wright, in the comments, and he is agreeing that was not the correct call. 2nd and 5 here. In the gun, Humphrey. Now bleeding some clock. Wise decision. Takes the snap. Going to pull it around left side again. Humphrey tries to stretch to the edge. A race to the pylon. Dives. Sticks out. Touchdown, Marion County. And there is your dagger. A 3-score lead, and it's Zayden Humphrey again. And now another late flag has come in. It's getting ugly. This was something said to an official.
I probably said it too.
This is going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct against Gordonsville. Humphrey, though, playing through the cramps, gets to the pylon for 6.
They're going to accept that
on the kickoff.
Penalty on the kickoff here.
34-14, 7:58 to go.
And it's unfortunate they're late.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Gordonsville's going down to make this a 7-point ball game. Oh, yeah, Goose has got video of that ball being tossed forward. I mean, that's atrocious. But
the hold is down. The kick is up, and the extra point is good. 7:58 to go. It's 34-14.
Well, you know, at some point, look, we're going to get to a point where officials have to have accountability. It may not be on the high school level, but on higher levels it will. Something like that needs to be sent in to the state or whoever it needs to go to.
Well, 5 plays after that controversial call, Gordonsville on the edge of the Turner Roofing red zone, down 14. 5 plays later, it's a 21-point Marion County lead, which certainly feels insurmountable at this point.
Yeah, and there's just not enough time and possessions left in this game for this Gordonsville offense who's had to fight, scratch, and claw for every inch on the field tonight to make this one up. It just doesn't feel that way.
And they will get to kick after that, another personal foul penalty at the 45-yard line, and you can almost onside kick it for free at this point with the field position.
I probably would. You don't lose a lot.
So from the 45, kicking it on here, you can also put it through the end zone, pin them at the 20. Your options grow exponentially with 15 free yards in that spot. And it's a party atmosphere right now here beneath us at Marion County. They're sensing a return trip to the semifinals. They are not going to worry about any of the calls. They're going to take the dub. And they will go for the deep kick. It is returnable. They'll catch it on the 2-yard line, trying to pin them deep, and they will. Bone jarring hit leveled. Taken down at the 12-yard line. Waylon Kennedy on the return. Gordonsville down 21 with the football, 7:52 to go.
Coach, this is something important, though. I feel like, as upset as I am, I know those kids, but you got to go out of here with class. You got to finish the game the right way.
It's hard. It's hard when you kind of see it and feel it slipping away from you, especially on a call like that. But at the end of the day, Marion came out and played better this half.
100%.
No doubt about it.
Simple facts.
Came out through the haymaker on their first touchdown. Gordonsville stalled out with no controversy on their first drive. The last one, a ton of controversy, obviously. One to the left here for Jay Foster, needing a quick strike and a lot of help. Takes the snap. He'll roll out to his right. Eyes downfield. He can tuck it and run if he wants to, and he will. He's to the 15. Foster with speed to the 20. He darts out of bounds. Past the 25-yard line, making it the 30. It's a Gary Maxwell Insurance first down. Clock stops with 7:44 to go.
You know, and I think just how this game is unfolded, if you could go back and have a do-over for Coach Jack, he might have went to the pass game and got Foster on the edge a little more earlier in this game to see what he can do, put the ball in his hands, because that's been good for him all night tonight.
First and 10 in a 35-14 game, 7:44 to go. Two receivers out wide to the right. Man motions across the set, Foster in the gun. Takes the snap, again rolling right, looking to throw downfield, fires on the run, receivers there, and he dropped it. A absolute uncorked one by Jay Foster, and a wide receiver just couldn't quite get it. It was a seed thrown in there. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Coach, and you kind of pointed at it. This game's getting really chippy behind the play, after the play. Officials got to do a good job of stepping in here and getting in control of this one again.
Absolutely, especially that time looked like it was a little bit of the Marion County kid
giving them the business.
And the last thing Coach Jackson wants to see right now is that kind of stuff.
2nd and 10 here for Foster, 2 to the right. Takes the snap. Going to give to Booker up the middle. Big hole. There goes Booker as he drives forward past the line to gain. It's a Gary Maxwell Insurance first down for the sophomore tailback, Turner Booker.
And I will say frequently throughout tonight, I have felt like Gordonsville's about to bust it for a little more than they are, and they're getting dropped. Marion County's done a really good job of sticking and getting them down and not giving a lot of yards after contact.
First and 10 from the 40-yard line. Gordonsville still huddling here. 7:17 to go. Getting late in a hurry for the Tigers after that huge momentum-shifting play and a great drive for Marion County to capitalize. They'll shift the set again. This has been the bread and butter for the Tigers. Now Stott goes in motion. Snap taken. We have early movement everywhere. One of the Warriors kind of stepped forward, but was he drawn off sides? They say he was. It'll back him up 5 yards to make it 1st and 15. Don't forget, tomorrow we got a very busy day, headlined by Tennessee Tech against UT Martin. Justin and myself will have the action. 11:30 pregame on 106.1 The Eagle as Tech looks to get to 11-1, close out the best season in program history. Then we
looking for a first-round bye. They got to win that game.
We have the Smith County Basketball Play Day, 7 games for you tomorrow across the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network. Foster takes the snap, rolls to his left, swivels the hips, hit as he throws, and it's intercepted. Picked off, and it's Humphrey again. Zayden Humphrey to the 20, to the 10, to the 5. Have yourself a night, young man. Touchdown, Marion County. Zayden Humphrey. That one was easy. Right to him as Foster was hit as he threw.
And really, I don't know. You'll have to educate me here, Noah. If he wasn't a Mr. Football finalist, he sure should have been.
Electric.
Man, he's a good player.
Well, if nothing else, I've never seen somebody come back from cramps the way he did tonight.
Pick six, yeah.
I mean, he scored the TD and then the pick six. Yeah, great player, great player.
And unbelievably, was not a Mr. Football semifinalist. He certainly looks the part tonight. I think we're all in agreement. How does that happen? Kicking it on here. And guys, here in this spot with 6:34 to go, it's going to end up looking more lopsided than the majority of this game felt. The reason those calls feel so big, I'm not harping on the call, is once that happens, the dam can break. And you've seen that here the past few minutes in this game. So while it's back and forth, nip and tuck, once that happens, the avalanche begins. And either team, when that happens, can run away with it. Now Marion County rolling towards the semifinals.
Well, and really we don't know that Gordonsville was going to go down and score on the rest of that drive anyway. We have no clue. But that call was missed. And then, like you said, the dam broke, the avalanche hit. And this game looks a lot – this game was a great game for all rights and purposes for 3.5 quarters.
That's why when we do our shows, we say not all 35-point games are made alike, not all 28-point games are made alike. This was a very fun football game. But right now, Marion County, all the momentum, Gordonsville starting to feel the writing on the wall.
I know, unfortunately, I know how they feel. I can think of 2 games in particular at Upperman in the last few years. Just you feel like you get a bad call, the bad end of the deal, and then it snowballs, and it's hard to get the train back on the track.
Zayden Humphrey, I mean, that's
baller.
And that's not a shot to all the other Mr. Football finalists. They're really good. How is he not on the list? I mean, goodness gracious. Booming kick is away. This one going to be fielded at the 15-yard line, trying to line up the return. The 20, bouncing upfield down to the 25-yard line, make it the 26 as Fry on the return. 1st and 10 Tigers down 42-14 in a hurry.
You got it, yeah. All you can do now is keep airing it out, I think. Or
it's a difficult deal.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of want to just respectfully
get out
of here without giving up another easy one. But at the same time, you don't want to wave the white flag. But so it's hard. It's a hard deal.
We'll see if we can get a score update on Bledsoe County Eagleton Academy. The winner of this game gets the winner of that game. Could be a rematch if it's Bledsoe County and Marion County. That was a 15-3 win for Marion County back in Week 7 here on this field. A region game as Mason crosses into the game at quarterback, and he fires a fastball out to Stott. Stott breaks a tackle. Camrick Stott's having a great performance tonight.
He's got a stable of quarterbacks there at Gordonsville.
It's a Gary Maxwell Insurance first down. Remember last year, Jay Foster was hurt entering the season, and we weren't sure who was going to be the quarterback. Foster or Cross, both are seniors, and Cross came in and played a great game. He's played a lot of football the past few years.
No, we've got 5:13 to go there. It's Eagleton Academy 24, Bledsoe County 21.
Say that one more time. 24-21, Eagleton Academy. That's Eagleton Academy based out of Maryville. If they win, a snap taken for Foster here, he gives to the back, and he is crunched. Turner Booker got popped, and now we have some extracurriculars as one of the Tigers got dumped. No flag.
How is that not called?
Yeah, listen, okay.
Gordonsville's not
Let me
getting a
make
call
this
here.
thing. Let's just make two things clear. Marion County has earned a victory tonight. Full stop. Part 2, really bad officiating tonight. Both things can exist at the same time. 2nd and 10 coming here. Just weird officiating tonight. And then one, I think that stands alone on the Mount Rushmore of things I've seen. 2nd and 10 here for Foster. As he motions a man across again. 5:35 and counting. Foster takes the snap, rolls right, fires on the run. Receiver again is Stott, makes the catch. Sticks it out towards the first down line. I think he's just short. He is by about a yard. It'll be 3rd down and a long one.
No, on the scoreboard, we've got Blackman up 31-7 there on Maryville. That game's a final.
Wow, and how about Oakland Green Hill? Could have a battle for Murfreesboro in the semifinals.
Sevier County came back on Lincoln County and won that one.
It's on the Turner Roofing scoreboard. 3rd and make it 2 here for the Tigers. 5:27 to go. Snap taken, handoff to Booker. He's cut down immediately. Shooting off the edge was Ashton Martin. He is so good on the defensive side of the ball. No gain. 4th and 2. No decision here for Coach Jackson. Might as well go.
And Greenville beats Anderson County as well in a game that some 4A people will have their eye on.
Say that score one more time.
What was it?
Yeah, we
now I got to go back and find it. Greenville 28, Anderson County 21.
Whew. 4th and 2. That's the Alcoa Invitational. Those two. Quarterback Foster on 4th and 2, trying to extend the game. They go off balance again. Snap taken, handoff to Booker. Booker hit in the backfield, gets through the tackler, though. What a run. Turner Booker still playing hard.
You say the Alcoa Invitational, but it's also the Oakland Invitational.
No doubt.
The Sevier County Invitational.
South Pitt Invitational.
And guys, it's the same teams winning every year.
Oakland's in a dogfight now with Green Hill. It's 21-17. Oakland ahead with 1:23 in the 4th quarter.
Our friends over in the Green Hill Sports Network have that call tonight. 42-14 with 4 minutes and 19 seconds to go in the ball game.
What about Beach and Page?
That was a 17-14 Beach Page lead right now at the start of the 4th quarter.
In the gun here is Foster as we near 4 minutes to play. Takes the snap, rolls left, eyes downfield, has a man, and it's incomplete. Couldn't get it timed up. And it'll be 2nd and 10 here with 4:02 to play.
Pearl Cone also up 19-0 on Marshall County at halftime.
2nd and 10 here for Gordonsville. This game was a 14-point game about 5 minutes ago.
Sheesh.
And Marion County, with a pick 6 and then a quick drive in the opposite order that I just described it, has pushed it to 42-14. It was 28-14. Gordonsville had the ball right on the edge of the red zone just a moment ago. Snap taken here for Foster, hands to Booker. Booker weaving through traffic, big hole. There goes Booker again. He's got a 1st down and more, driving forward near the 20-yard line. Turner Booker, sophomore, is averaging 8.3 yards per carry entering the night. That continues. It is a Gary Maxwell Insurance first down right on the doorstep of the red zone.
And he's ran well all night. He's patient, picks his holes well, and when he's deciding to get north and south, he sticks his foot in the ground and goes.
Snap taken, handoff around the right side, again pushing forward, still on his feet. Ball comes out late. No signal yet. We wait. Still waiting. They're going to say down or turnover. They'll say turnover. Marion County comes away with the football, and it's the icing on the cake now for the Warriors. Out in front 42-14 with 3:37 to go. And now we'll see how they play this. Obviously, Marion County's got bigger fish to fry at this point. Want to get out of here healthy to advance on against with Eagleton Academy or Bloodstow County next week.
And with how chippy it's been getting, they've got a game to play
Sure,
next week.
yeah.
So you gotta be above some of that here as this game comes to an end.
A timeout going to be called. I'm sure that's part of the discussion that's going to be had. And also, if for Gordonsville's sake, Jeremy talks about this all the time, guys. If you're not a senior, if you get a second unsportsmanlike conduct, you would have been suspended the first game of next year. So you want to make sure that none of that happens for either team because it has been very chippy. And we wondered who would make the halftime adjustments at 14-14. Take any of the other stuff out. There's no doubt Marion County went in, made the better adjustments. They came in, became the aggressors, in your words, Coach, and have found a way to win a football game tonight.
Yeah, they got the ball in the quarterback Humphrey's hands and got the big score. I felt like Gordonsville made some good adjustments, and I think the game has hinged on, the big plays and the calls and the this, that, and the other. Again, it's an emotional game. You got to be able to handle that stuff.
It's an emotional, physical, beautiful game of football. 1st and 10 here, 3:37 to go. Is that Humphrey still out there? We'll see. Snap taking and a handoff. It is, but he hands off this time back. Hit, wrapped up, and popped down. Minimal gain on the play to be 2nd and 9.
And Gordonsville did find some stuff with the shifts, trades, motions, creating some extra gaps, but they just couldn't overcome the mistakes and some of the penalties and the turnovers.
Yeah, unfortunately, that a lot of times those are the things that decide these games.
Unfortunately, because the comment section is getting out of control, we're just going to turn that off for the most part. Going to go to heavily moderated comments. 2nd down and 9 here. Word on that after this. Snap taking, going to hand off around the left side, and tackle made after a gain of about 4. Remember, it is high school football. Love the passion, but kids are going to go back and read your comments later. Keep that in mind. 3rd and 6 here. And also, the block button works unbelievably well, and I'm really good at hitting it quickly. It's kind of like an art form. Third down and 6 upcoming here. Essentially, if you haven't been following my page for a long time, right now you're not going to be able to comment on the page. 42-14 with 2:13 to go. This is where we just come up with random stuff to talk about. And a timeout going to be called. So you wondered, Coach, the things that irritated broadcasters. We're talking about this. 2:05 to go in a 28-point game.
Sure.
Timeout. There you go. You found one. You found one. That's one. Big game tomorrow for Tennessee Tech, Justin. They welcome in UT Martin. Everybody around the Upper Cumberland should come to Tucker Stadium tomorrow. Standing room only. It's going to be a great
familiar foe there with Coach Simpson. He's been there, man, a long time. Been there a long time. You know what? He's got one of the most unique head coaching football contracts in the country. Every time he has a winning record, his contract automatically resets with a bonus and a new 5-year deal.
Yeah, he's got a lot of bonuses.
So it's just like, just rolls.
I coached at Sanford down in Birmingham from 04 to 06, and Coach Simpson was the coach at Martin then.
You know, I've coached with a handful of guys that coached at UT Martin, some that played at UT Martin, They do the same things they've done. They've always done. They're going to run that 3-3 with a Tiger on defense, and they're going to run a ton of pistol dot stretch.
3rd and 6 snap, back weaving through traffic, trying to get forward. The Tigers defense still playing hard. Now we have a little extracurricular. Also, maybe a little bit of Academy Awards on that one. It'll be 4th down and 2 here for Marion County. Under 2 minutes to play tonight.
I will say there was a little bit of a suplex there from a Gordonsville player.
I'm just surprised the helmet didn't come off.
Fourth down and 2 upcoming here. I believe the announcement was that Eagleton Academy has knocked off Bledsoe County tonight 24-23, which would mean these two teams would face off at Eagleton Academy, that being Marion County against Eagleton Academy. Punting unit on here, Humphrey boots this one away. Going to be fielded at about the 44-yard line. Big hit leveled, staying on his feet, now spinning forward is Waylon Kennedy. 1:09 to go here. What a season for Gordonsville. 12-0. We're going to fall to 12-1 tonight. This game certainly was much closer. It felt closer than the final score would indicate. Marion County, great football team, has a chance to go back-to-back from Gordonsville. Really good season. Best season they've had since 2012, and going in the right direction in the 4th season under Steven Jackson.
Yeah, and he's a Gordonsville guy, getting back home, got a lot of pride in his city, this high school, the program, and he's pouring his all into this. He's been to Oakland, good coaching pedigree. They'll be a team year in, year out playing deep in the playoffs.
And an interesting mix up front, fairly young. Now, obviously, Jay Foster losing him and Mason Cross will be big, but an opportunity moving forward. Snap taken here for Foster. He'll turn and hand off Jamario Williams, just trying to get it with his speed to the edge. Williams will be wrapped up and cut down for a loss of a yard. It'll be 2nd and 11, under a minute to go.
He's an excellent coach, Coach Jackson. Excellent on defense, obviously on offense as well. First time I've really gotten to see them play, I'm impressed. They were right there where they wanted to be. Got the ball, looked like in the red zone to cut it to a 1-score game, and like things tend to happen in these playoff games, everything just all heck broke loose.
Could be the final play of the game tonight as Foster's under center. He's going to turn and hand off around the left side. Tackle made after a gain of about a yard, and it looks like that will do it here this evening. The reigning Class 2A state champions withstand a test tonight on their home field and advance on again their 2nd straight semifinal round. Final score from Jasper, Marion County 42, Gordonsville 14. We welcome you into the White Coat Realtors post-game show. Physical football game tonight, fun football game, certainly more fun than most 42-14 games are. Not without its controversy, without question tonight, but Marion County came in with a great second half from the opening kick, got the long touchdown, and didn't look back.
Yeah, and ultimately, I think probably the better team did walk away with the win tonight. They for sure had the best player on the field, but Gordonsville has nothing to hang their head down about. Coach Kane said it. They were right where they wanted to be with a chance to go down and cut this to a 1-score game at the beginning of the 4th quarter, and it just things went against them.
Yeah. At this time of year, your goal is to get the game into the 4th quarter with a chance. I felt like they were there. I don't remember the exact time that took place. I think it was 10 minutes left. They were there. I felt like they did a good job until that point, and the dam just broke. I mean, it broke on them in more ways than one. And, it's just a shame. It's always a shame somebody's got to lose. But especially, when it kind of gets out of hand like it did.
Well, it got out of hand in another reason, because there's no doubt who the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game is tonight, Justin. Everybody in the building knows who it's going to this evening.
Yeah, it was Zayden Humphrey. And, he did – again, how he was in the finalist for Mr. Football, I don't know. He should be the odds-on favorite from what I've seen to win it next year. But he had big play after big play. To start the game, to end the game, you name it. His fingerprints are all over this one. That's a really, really good football player. I tell you what, he could play at a lot of schools a lot bigger than Marion County.
Starkey told me before the game he felt good about his quarterback play the last 2 weeks. So obviously maybe an injury, I don't know. But obviously the last 2 weeks he kind of stabilized himself in that role. And we definitely saw that play out tonight.
That's a guy who gives you a chance to win a state championship, which is what Marion County's trying to do. They get Eagleton Academy next week on the road at Eagleton Academy with a 7 o'clock Eastern time kickoff. That's in the Maryville area in the Class 2A semifinal round. Gordonsville season comes to an end with a record of 12 wins and 1 loss. Great season for the Tigers wraps up here tonight. Once again, we'll remind you of what's to come the next couple of days because it never stops. Tennessee Tech welcomes in UT Martin tomorrow on 106.1 The Eagle. Justin and myself will have all the action there. Then Jacob and myself will have the action from Carthage all day. Smith County Basketball Hall of Fame Play Day. Bartlett versus Stone Memorial girls. Huntington versus Pickett County girls. Cookeville versus Mount Juliet's girls. Smith County versus Huntington girls. And then boys action between Pickett County and Mount Juliet and Smith County and Cookeville. That's all day across the main UCR Facebook page and YouTube channel. And then Monday, 1:30, the Upperman Lady Bees face off against Stewart's Creek. And at 3, Upperman against Webb as we head into Thanksgiving. Unfortunately, Upper Cumberland football season is done with Clay County and Gordonsville going down tonight. No teams make the semifinal round, but we will have coverage coming to UpperCumberlandReporter.com of these games here tonight. We hope you'll stick around for that. Also, how about Coach Kane on the broadcast tonight? Out of nowhere, we said we had a special guest. We didn't know how it would go. We had a lot of fun this evening. Hopefully he did as well. We talk fairly frequently, so put a headset on.
I want to make it clear, it was not me talking about the officials on this broadcast.
Or his facilities. That was all me. You can direct any complaints to Justin Matheny and they'll be thrown in the trash.
I will say it was indeed. Once again, Marion County earned the victory. No asterisk.
100%.
But the worst call I've ever seen in my life.
Bad.
Both can happen, and that's me saying that, not anybody else. The thoughts expressed on this program do not necessarily reflect the thoughts of everybody else on this program.
Reflects mine.
Marion County gets it done tonight, 42-14 against the Gordonsville Tigers. The reigning champs move on to the state semifinals once again. That'll do it for us tonight. I'm Noah McKay for Justin Matheny, Coach Kane, Goose on the sidelines, Madison McKay on camera, and everybody at UCR. We say so long from Jasper.